Welcome to Xbox Uncut's weekly podcast.
Dustin!
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a Twitch ad pop up. I forgot to change the... It's a guy lifting weights or something. Or it's porn. I mean, whatever you want it to be. If it makes me a shill, go for it.
Tim Dog!
Supposedly what happened is they came to Microsoft and they said we have a problem, and then
well, it's probably just the money problem. Is what it comes down to.
It was a money problem. They were at the point where they had to shut it down because their previous game wasn't even making money.
Steve Rules.
We're short selling the floppy disk drive a bit here. I mean, if you look at the best example is Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain on PC, where they sold them as DVDs, but it was just in fact an 8.6 megabyte installer for the Steam version.
Destiny 2.0 is on Tuesday. It's the week after that the actual expansion is going to be released, but all the changes to the original game, the leveling system, Nolan North, all that good stuff, all that's going to go active on Tuesday. So that's pretty big for Destiny fans out there. And
good for Destiny fans.
Welcome to Xbox Uncut's weekly podcast. And yes, the answer really was yes, it was porn that was on my screen. But we're back for another crazy week, another crazy adventure into the little land that we like to call video games. And joining me on this journey is the one and only, the Golden Throat, never last. And I don't know why one saint made you last in that audio recording. But Vern, welcome to the show, Vern.
Thank you for the kind welcome.
Well, thank you for being here.
You didn't ask me how I'm doing.
You know what? That's not always at the very beginning of the show. You know, that is a floating segment, okay? Because the segment is a turd, and we all know it's a turd, so it floats.
Well, I'm just going to tell you how I'm doing. I'm doing good, man. Feeling good. Like I said on the other two attempts at this podcast, I had my orthotic removed, so I don't have to wear that stupid thing except for like an hour a day. So yeah. I'm no longer the Golden Lisp. Golden Throat's back.
I just got to clarify one thing. He's only said that on one attempt, not both. The other, we failed like almost right off the bat.
It was a fail attempt, the first one, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a complete fail. But also joining me this week, we have Steve Rules from SteveRules.com. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much
Hello,
for
everybody.
joining
Thank
us.
you, Dustin.
How are you doing, Steve?
I'm good. I've played an astonishing amount of Metal Gear Solid over the last week, or 4 days, or whatever since the last show. That's what I call a success.
Yeah. Are you still as mind-boggled as before?
I am. Yeah.
That's Metal Gear. That's all I needed to know.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Just marinate in that for a while. And we have...
Do you think about quiet at night?
The thing is that, you know, when I found out why she wears what she wears...
It's really goofy.
I mean, I don't know. I think Goofy's being very generous and polite.
Yeah.
But,
I'm going to ask you to keep this chat down because I haven't gotten to that part and I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm trying to keep all, like... I want to experience that game from, like, a fresh point of view. Because nothing has been spoiled for me. I'm enjoying Metal Gear as, like, a person that hasn't ever watched a commercial or entered a gaff thread or anything. So it's all new to me. But to round out our cast, our team, we have the wonderful Tim Dog. Welcome to the show,
What's
Tim.
up? How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. I got drenched. We had a hell of a thunderstorm today.
Me too.
Yeah, and I literally got off work, ran home to do this, and like I haven't even changed. I'm soaked. But the show must go on. It's nice and cool, so you know.
So you have a manly scent.
Yeah, manly scent. Yeah, I smell like the ocean. Manly.
And pollution.
Musk.
It's a musk. Yeah. It's,
Sexy.
sexy. Get some. That's right. But,
yeah.
Only 2 people on the planet right now know that joke. But we'll talk about that later. Let's just move on to... Let's talk about letters. Let's talk about the community. The community is so great. And something happened to the community, so we need to approach the subject. a wonderful gentleman or gal, I'm not sure which, decided to sign up Letters at Xbox Uncut for a bunch of spam accounts. So we had to change Letters at Xbox Uncut to email at xboxuncut.com. So if you have anything to say to the show or, just writing us, please write us at email at xboxuncut.com. We'll get it. I'll send it to Vern. And we'll just continue from there. I apologize. I preferred letters, but I just kept getting spam nonstop. And even when I told it to unsubscribe, it just didn't. And it was a headache.
Oh.
It was a headache. But we lost that. Let's take a moment of silence for letters, We hardly knew thee.
May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Rip in peace.
Yep. now we're just. I should have used like FedEx at Xbox Uncut. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But no, it's sad. But we did get more letters this week. We got, I think, 4 altogether so far. Right, Vern?
Yeah, we got 4. We got all sorts of letters, man. So I'll just start from the top. I'll start with the first one we got, and that was from Hardeep, one of our friends, listener of the show. And we play with him on Xbox Live sometimes. He says, "Hey guys, it's been a while since I wrote in, but just wanted to give you a rather late congratulations on over 100 podcast episodes. Long may it continue. My question for you is this. We seem to be in a golden age of superhero movies, but not so much with superhero video games. With the exception of the Warner Brothers Batman games, many have tried and failed in this genre, so perhaps they are simply too scared to try again. Since Warner Brothers seems to have somewhat perfected their formula with superhero movie franchises by designing the franchise around the game rather than the game around the franchise, don't you think other developers should follow the same suit? If so, which studio would you pair up with what character? Yours truly, Hardeep."
All right, I want to throw out the hardest character to do, Superman. I'd like to see him done by Platinum Games. I don't know, because they're such. When they hit hard, they get really good, and maybe they could make a great Superman game. But I think they would have to rethink of what a Superman game is. Like I don't want to see an American developer do it because they've tried it so many times and failed miserably. So I'd just like to see like a fresh look at the character. I think that would be awesome. A big publisher.
I think the only thing that can make a Superman game work is if a big part of the gameplay was trying not to get your identity found out.
Like you had super comb ability or something, and you had a mash X to comb.
No, well, you know how like Clark's always trying to hide his identity. If they make that an actual
so is B
part
glasses
of the
X
game
comb?
somehow, maybe it could work.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see a fresh take because that's the question: is how do you do Superman? I have no idea. Like it's so weird, but I would like a fresh. I don't want to see an American developer do it. I'd like to see somebody like Platinum have a take at it, just to see what they'd come up with, just something different. Because nobody's been able to do it. Telltale,
Yeah.
you can do a decent job.
Well, they've got that Marvel deal.
That's what
haven't
I
they?
was thinking. Like,
Yeah, they do have the Marvel deal.
I was thinking actually on this to have like a Telltale game, but it be X-Men. That's just.
Well, they do. They have the Marvel thing coming up. Like
they do have that.
But they
Yeah,
don't.
so
Marvel
maybe we'll
doesn't
get that.
own. Does Marvel own the game rights? It's so confusing.
But yeah, I mean they're already taken, I guess then. But that would be one way to solve the problem. Just make it a story-based game rather than an actual action game.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much you can do with what are you going to make them fun? I would like actually. I don't know if this is a superhero, but I would love a Walt Disney type game. With maybe but a good game with like Mickey Mouse or their characters somehow really be colorful and could even I just would love to see that, but it's never going to happen. So.
Well, they have the relationship with Square Enix and
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts stuff right now.
That sounds just like Kingdom Hearts.
I
Using
think
characters.
sorry.
No, go for it.
The problem with these
Well,
games is that they're not prepared to. No one's ever prepared to make a bet on actually putting decent money behind a project with I mean, I would say decent developer, but to be fair, before Batman, Rocksteady's reputation was pretty wretched. So, but you put decent money behind it, a decent effort towards it, but no one's prepared to do it. Which
No,
is the
but
reason why they're
Batman.
all crap is because everyone just wants to shit them out for $5 million.
It's
Yep.
true
So,
that it's
I mean,
low
Avalanche.
budget, but the issue
mean-
with is like Superman is such an overpowered character in the first place. It's hard to make a game for him. Like it's how do you not break the game by having a character like Superman? I could see Shazam being put into like a Lego game. Like I think Shazam would be perfect for kids. And then, it's an open world kids game where you fight bad guys and you yell Shazam and you turn into a big powerful guy and you beat up villains. But I don't see how you do that with Superman and Clark Kent. Like he's just so OP that it's dumb. Like you should just fly over there and bust him up. Like it's
You
an awful
would have to
character.
take away Superman's powers in the beginning of the game and just get them back over time or some bullshit like that, like a Metroid
And
game.
nobody
You know?
would like it. Like,
We just have to make it
I
fun to
I
do
think
it.
he's the
I
worst
don't.
character.
If you look at him being OP, but use that to just make something where there's lots of sort of ridiculous, not
Kryptonite
necessarily
guns.
over the top,
They,
but like
they
lots
had
of sort
Kryptonite
of
Fog in
relay
the
system and
64.
stuff, that could be fun.
What'd you say, Dustin?
They had Kryptonite Fog in Nintendo 64 era. That's how they did it in that awful game. There's a fog over the city, Vern, and it's made out of kryptonite. And so Superman is not as strong.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, why not? But
Kryptonite bullets.
I think you're right, Vern. The only way to do Superman is to do like Telltale or you're going to put $100 million towards the game to create a giant universe and so he can fly around in it and do things. But
Well, you could do a Rocksteady type Superman type thing, I guess.
I
I mean,
see.
if Rocksteady actually was said you have to make a Superman game and you can use that engine or you could do it, that would be a good game. But like Steve said, nobody's willing to take that chance. Like they don't want to put the money behind it, and when it is done, it's like one of these half movie rehash games, and they score 22 on Metacritic. They're all horrible.
I want to see Superman in the new Crackdown game. That way he can blow up buildings when he fights people. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
A single player version of that.
The game that I want the most is one that actually we weren't going to get, but it was cancelled. Avalanche were making an Iron Man game for Disney, but because Disney are shit, and they thought, oh, actually, no, we're one of the biggest companies in the world, but we actually don't want to put any effort into video games, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. They cancelled it.
No, but
So,
isn't Disney producing their own
Disney.
games now? Like, why would they hire another developer?
Well, but they don't. Apart from Disney Infinity, they literally divested the entire division. They farm everything out. They're not interested in it, and they've said that.
Yeah, they tried and they failed.
But they failed because they bought a load of middle of
Yes.
the road studios, and made a bunch of middle of the road games. I mean, I enjoyed Turok, but then they also weren't prepared to build on it, and they had that Pirates of the Caribbean game. But they weren't. I mean, it was really close to
They
finishing,
made
and
a-
they just didn't release it.
They made a big bet on War Inspector, and that just didn't turn out well, too.
See, what Disney did,
And then
Disney
what
tried
was-
to buy a developer. What Disney should have done is use Disney money and just bought a publisher. And we're like, hey, look, EA's for sale. Fuck it, buy it. Activision, go for it.
Well-
It's Disney.
But they got LucasArts, and they just shut them down immediately.
That sucked.
Yeah,
That
but-
was that E3 was my favorite show. I was like, oh my god, and then it was taken away.
And it strikes me as strange the fact that a company with the resources of Disney are genuinely not interested in going and trying to make themselves the next Gran Turismo, the next Halo. I mean, okay, you could argue they've got something like Star Wars, but the next The Last of Us. Because you need somebody with the resources to do it, which is the reason why Warner have done so well, is because they've got the resources and they use them. But Disney,
I think Walt Disney is an old fashioned type company. To be
I
honest,
wouldn't call them
They'll-
old-fashioned, but like I think
They'll
they look
figure
at
it out.
I think they're very good. I don't think that they're old fashioned in the what they do works for them, but they don't really
If all
take-
this EA Star Wars stuff really does work out and they make a ton of money off of it, they're gonna try this again because they're gonna see the money and they're gonna want it. So
I mean, Walt Disney is one of my favorite companies. Don't worry. I mean, I love Walt Disney. It's a
Oh no,
great
what I'm
American
going at
company.
is I think
But
they're looking at their strengths and
they,
they
they
go,
don't.
we can't make games, so let's have EA make it, and then we'll just collect all the money from after the fact and just get a real good deal with Star Wars. Why produce a Star Wars Battlefront one, like our own version, when we can get EA to do it and they can suck up
Plus,
the
they would need
cost?
to know people in the industry. They're like taking a third party. It's
They
they're
should
not
have
going.
picked up. They should have picked up some of those good THQ studios, or picked up Bazaar, or these companies that went under who are actually pretty good.
Does
That would have
anybody
been smart, but
have
too
another
late now.
superhero they'd like to see in a game though, and where they would like to see him?
I don't know what.
Green Lantern, he's my favorite, but it would be horrible like the movie too.
Yeah.
So
I'd like a Green Arrow game just because bow and arrow is hella fun in all video games.
Yeah. Any publisher you'd want to see or developer you'd want
It
to see
would,
on it?
it would have to be WB, right?
I mean, they could. This is a dream scenario, so whoever. It doesn't matter. It could be Sony. You could say fucking Naughty Dog if you'd like. It doesn't matter.
Naughty Dog, sure, Naughty Dog.
No. Look, we're just about to get Naughty Dog finally off of Uncharted back onto The Last of Us.
It's time to
If
go
I
to
have to
Green
wait
Arrow.
any more years, Vern, I'm going to come for you. Or anyone else.
Look, there's only one developer that I trust with the Superman game, and I'm being totally serious now, and that's Evolution Studios. Okay, they would make the most amazing.
You're going to say that.
They're gonna make the most amazing Superman game all time, bar none. And you know what? It's just gonna work, and there's not gonna be no bullshit DLC that they make during the game. None of that. It's just gonna be amazing.
Let's give awesome weather, great lighting,
Best image quality in a game. How do you feel about this, Tim?
tight controls.
Delayed for a year, sell poorly. They're going to cut rid of the other half of the studio. I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be
All right,
amazing.
next letter. We don't need this. Next letter. All right. This one is from A Wicked Soul. He says, "Hello, manly men of Xbox Uncut. Do you guys play as female characters in video games that allow it? I always pick a female in multiplayer games and sometimes in games with a created character. First time playing as a girl in a big game was Pokemon Crystal. From the Wicked Wizard of the Midwest, a.k.a. the Wicked Soul, a.k.a. Dylan. P.S. Sorry I forgot to sign my letter from last week."
We
knew it was you last week.
we understand. We forgive you for not signing. But
I used to be really against using the female character, but as I've grown older, I kind of like it. I'm looking forward to the female
I like the female form.
protagonist.
I mean, no,
Sounded like you almost said proctologist.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know,
I normally-
I love that. I loved Tomb Raider, and that was one of the things that I got into it. Lara is great, and also Horizon. Really, I really would like to be.
But see, that's a game where it forces you to play as a female, and that's fine.
No, it's not a
But
big-
like in a multiplayer game where you're playing as a character who's supposed to be a representation of yourself, I generally will choose a male character. But I mean, I want the option of female characters to be in there. Obviously, I see when Maria gets upset anytime she can't pick a female character in a game, so it's incredibly important.
I mean, the
I get
season
annoyed
2 of The
when guys
Walking
say,
Dead,
"Oh, I play a female because if I got to stare at an ass the entire game, I want it to be a female ass." And every time I hear that, I just groan.
it's polygons.
God.
Damn it. But like, I don't know. Like personally, I identify as my character that I'm playing as, so I choose a guy. Like 9 times out of 10. Diablo is the first time I said, okay, all these dudes are fucking choosing chicks, so let's see what this is all like. Why should I care? So for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, I made my character female, and she's a wizard, and she's fucking awesome. Did it change how I played the game? No. Does it really matter to me? Not really. I could choose a dude. I like her voice better than the guy's voice for the wizard. That's all that kind of made a difference to me. Like it's kind of like I said, most of the time I just choose a dude. It doesn't matter. Like, my favorite character in the
Apparent-
game is literally Clementine from the Walking Dead Telltale games. She's fucking amazing. She's a female character. She's not white. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But
She's really
she's
young,
just,
too.
She's just awesome. She's a great character. Like, she just is awesome.
I always pick. Sorry.
No, go for it. You can. I'm just rambling.
I always pick female characters. Then you had all these. You had all these bandwagon jumpers who were like, I'm going to be FemShep. Steve was a FemShep from the day that game came out.
FemShep's great.
And when I say FemShep, she was not called FemShep. She was called Stevette Shepherd. And that is generally the name that I go for.
Steve-O Shepherd?
Stevette. Female.
Stevette.
I'm not going to go with Stephanie because that's not right.
No, that's
But,
not true.
so the
Can I
question-
explain
so-
his
so
name?
the
It's
question
not.
is,
It's,
why do I do it?
it's because he's a chumpette instead of a chump. That's Steve.
Well, there's certain games where the female voiceover is just better. Mass Effect's one of them. Apparently, Sunset Overdrive is another
Oh
one.
yeah,
But
a million.
I haven't
times
played
better.
with a female. I'm thinking of just deleting my save and starting all over again with the female character to see what it's like.
But the reason why I do it, and the thing is, I could Saints Row track. I just every game that gives me the choice, I'll pick it. It's just because you just get bored at just looking at these rather generic male characters. Like even when it's like, hey, you can pick a female character, but 90% of the rest of the cast is still male characters, and it's just
We know how you do it, though.
it's just
so
a
you
bit-
can
it's just a
romance
bit
the
of
men.
diversity. What about girl on girl, Vern?
What?
Girl on girl.
You said guy
No.
on girl.
I don't think
or
I've
girl on
I
girl?
don't think I've ever chosen a female to be
still
honest.
I'm confused what he just said.
He said
Yeah.
girl on girl.
Did he? Did he though?
He did.
Yes, I did.
I thought he
It
said some
sounded
name.
like guy on girl to me. I was just like, but it works. Okay. I
Well,
don't
two
know.
things we know. Wicked Soul is now his favorite podcaster, and Steve would be very happy as Steve. And I have never chosen a female ever in my whole.
You should. You should play Mass Effect with FemShip. It's really good.
Yeah,
So I know
I've
Wicked
tried it.
hates me.
FemShep's fine. It's like she's an awesome character. I chose a female character in Diablo just to try it. I mean, it didn't make a difference. My favorite characters in video games are female, though. But if I have a choice, I always play the closest to what I am, like a white male. I'm gonna choose a white male because that's what I am. I mean, that leaves me. But I unlike almost 99%
I choose
of the people
black.
out there. Oh, do you? No,
Yeah.
I'm being honest. So you do? Okay. I mean, that's cool. It's
Sometimes
good. Whatever. You do whatever you want.
I make a sick character, or doesn't really matter, like you said. But I think though I might have to choose a female to just open my horizons. I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Maybe I'll play as the female chick on Halo 5. One
Well,
of
you
these,
won't-
she's a
you
part
won't
of the
have a
squad,
choice. Yeah.
the red team.
Mm-hmm.
We will make sure that when we do our Halo 5 game, that I have everybody come in here, and you'll be last, and the only choice you will have, Tim, is female.
No, I want to be the first, and I want to choose her.
Oh, okay.
No, I have to choose Master Chief if I had a choice.
Yeah.
I'd
I
choose
think-
her over Locke.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
but that's because Locke sucks.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Anyone
we
who-
might
anyone-
all come out at the end of the game and be like, "Wow, Locke is the best character ever created in the Halo universe." Who knows?
If this happens, I will eat my Halo 5 disc.
Okay.
That's very dangerous, and I do not recommend anybody taking that bet.
Yeah, just like shove it up your butt instead.
Yeah, like, but
I thought you said something completely different. I'm actually after the girl on girl. I don't know.
all right. Well, let's move on to the next letter.
Next letter. This one's from Old No Bones,
You guys are
frequent
so
writer
much,
and listener of the show. Old No Bones says, "We are getting close to Game of the Year season. Have you any nominees for Xbox Game of the Year so far? I'm going to have to give it to Ori right now, but I have a feeling Halo 5 is going to change things. Also, why do I keep hearing about Vern and Dustin jumping into Destiny? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. For your own sakes, stop it. It is clear to me now that every copy of Destiny includes some kind of addictive Bungie juice. This game has its hooks in people, and I just want to let you know it's okay to stop. It's time for an intervention, gentlemen. This is the game that has essentially killed Bungie creatively. Get out while you can. Myself and I think other Xbox Uncut loyal have concerns about this. I only tell you these things because I care. Love, all no bones. Okay, Destiny is fun. I don't give a shit what you say. It's not about Bungie juice.
Can we just skip? Can we skip?
It's a
this
fun
part?
co-op game.
I'm going to skip. We're not going to talk about this in games that we play. We're going to talk about it right now, just as part of this letter. Destiny still has all the fucking issues that you had if you had a problem with the story. It doesn't matter if it's Nolan North or not. The dialogue fucking sucks, and it's awful. The biggest fucking add-on to this for the gameplay, for the first 10 hours or whatever it is for the single player, is the fact that you can fucking skip the cutscenes now and ignore it. Like, that is the biggest add-on. Because no matter if it was Peter Dinklage or Nolan North, the fucking writing is terrible. And if you're going into it as a person that wants to play for a story, this is not your game. Move along.
It's not Halo.
Let me tell you something.
No. But this was it was totally sold as like a universe like Star Wars or Star Trek or any of that. It's not that. Do not pick it up for it. Same complaints as always. If you were like me and you like Diablo and you can just sit there and mash A and skip through the story and just want to shoot things, this is your game.
With your friends.
The loot
and you
is
like the loot
fun
grind,
now.
which is fun.
You know,
I think it's
everyone.
Okay, well, go ahead. Tim.
Every week, everyone talks about this game. So I am actually going to change my tune, and I think it's probably one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait, Tim. Can I add on? This is one of the best exclusive DLCs Sony's ever picked up.
It is so good that everyone is still talking about it. So. To me, I think it's top 3 best games ever made, and I'm going to go. You know, I have played maybe 2 minutes of it, but I am going to go on that.
Tim,
I gotta say, I love seeing the way the game has evolved, and it feels good to play. All the guns feel so different compared to one another. So the gunplay is really good. I like the movement in the game. The feeling of weight as the Titan class is really awesome compared to, say, the Hunter, who moves really quickly. It's almost like one feels closer to Halo and another feels closer to COD. So it's nice to be able to switch back and forth between those gameplay types. And the strikes are fun and the raids are fun. And the PvP can be pretty upsetting if you're not good at it, but then you'll have a good round and have some fun with it. And the progression's well done, and they've improved it quite a bit, and the game keeps growing, and it's going to keep growing throughout the rest of the generation. And if you're into the game, you'll keep playing it. If you don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah, so that. But I just wanted to add, Tim, this isn't the top 3 games all time. It's not. It's probably in the top 3. No, wait.
Everyone just talks about it.
Wait a second. Let me finish real quick. This is easily probably the top marketed game of all fucking time. No game has had the marketing push that Destiny ever has.
You're right.
Like, you're talking about 2 years of solid Activision dumping money into the marketing of this. For DLC packs, for the Taken King. No, it's been marketed more than anything else on the fucking planet.
Right, but that's not what's keeping people. When people play this game, they keep playing it.
No, but that's why it's in the discussion over and over and over.
About it too.
It has its hooks. Don't get me wrong. The DLC has fixed a lot of things. The new version or whatever 2.0, it's a better game. The story is still shit. If you're playing it for the story, don't. It's awful. I don't care if they added the fucking Grimlock cards in the game or not. It's still just awful. It's not there.
But the art direction's great.
Yeah.
The music's great. The gameplay's really tight and focused. The mission design is improved in the expansions, and it seems like it's going to be improved quite a bit more in the next expansion. The strikes are well designed. The raids are incredibly well designed from what I've played so far. So if you like that kind of end game content that you find in a massively multiplayer online game, this is a good game for you to play. And the thing is, it's appealing to people who have never played those games. So it's
No,
kind of like it's doing what World of Warcraft did when it came out on PC, essentially,
Wow,
except it's doing it for
that's-
console.
But
It
I
is.
think
That's
I think
very high
I think
claim.
no, but
I
this
don't
is
know.
what
You're right.
as a person that didn't like Destiny, I can tell you right now, the part that keeps driving me back is when me, Verna Maria, go do a raid or something, and it's essentially us going into a dungeon, having like struggling on a hard quest real quick, having a lot of fun joking around, yelling at each other, going, get the shield up, is yours ready? That is literally the fun part. And then we end and we get our small thing of loot, and it's, we're happy. The little level thing goes up a little bit more. Like, that makes us happy. It's a good grind, and that's what's fun about it. When this game originally came out, it did not have that. The loot was shit. There was tons of stuff wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. It deserved all the criticism in the world.
What do you think it is right now? At Meta, like, give me a review score right now as it is.
If I was going to review it today,
if it came out and it's the way it is now, and
I give it a solid 8.5, but if I
wouldn't go that high.
But that's just compared to every other game, But if I were gonna like rate it on its own and how I feel about it and how much I enjoy playing it, it's a lot higher than that. I really have a lot of fun with it.
I mean, I have people telling me that I have to play this game with them. Please don't bash it. They're offended when I talk bad about it. I mean, people
because
are
they're
really
offended because they know you don't know what the game is about.
I put 50 hours into Destiny's
when I played it, I know what the game is about. I know exactly what the game is about.
At Endgame?
No, I just know what the type of game it is.
Right, it's a completely different game at Endgame, though.
When I played it, and I just got the feeling that I just wanted Halo. It's just
exactly, and that was the problem with the game. A lot of people went in expecting Halo, and they didn't get Halo, and it upset them. And I understand that. I felt the same way when I played it.
I didn't want Halo because Halo already exists, and if they just literally remade Halo, that'd have been boring. But when you thing is, if I told you guys I have a poster in my room of Destiny, you wouldn't believe me, would you?
I believe you now.
I genuinely do have one. I got it at EGX a couple of years ago. But at the top, the most telling thing about it says, from the creators of Halo. That's not what I expect from the creators of Halo.
Yeah. Well, you never even played it, did you?
I have played it, but I just...
It's not on your achievements list. Did you just play the beta?
No, well, I played the beta, but I played it at a friend's house on PS4. But I just... I mean, put it this way. After the launch, and after not enjoying the beta, not enjoying it at someone else's house, I'm sorry, but from the makers of Halo, I just expected something more interesting. And even the lawsuit last week proves that they're literally it was a mess. And they're fixing that mess, but I still have no interest in it. There's a lot of stuff
wrong with it, yeah. But I still think it's not a game for you. You're not a big multiplayer guy, so that's.
But I play plenty of multiplayer. I just don't obsessively.
I know, but I'm talking about the grind. Like you're not gonna, play a game of Diablo and try to get all the best gear. You're not gonna play World of Warcraft and try to get all the best gear. You're not into that type of thing. You just do things either to get achievements or just to enjoy the game and move on to the next one. And for you, I understand why you would play Destiny and be like, oh, this game isn't for me. And that's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean it's a bad game, though. For what it sets out to do, especially at this point, it does incredibly well. But now we know what it sets out to do at this point. The issue was that we didn't know what it was supposed to be doing when it first came out. They marketed it as something it wasn't.
But that's also because they didn't know what it was trying to do.
Exactly. That's part of it, too. And it's found itself over the last year.
But I do like
to throw more coal on the fire
and RPGs.
Tim asked me what I would score it. Tim asked me what I'd score it.
So,
Tim, I would get right now. I would score it a 3 out of 5. No, and I know. Let me explain my reasoning.
I heard that you go to level 25.
No. Let me explain my reasoning for 3 out of 5, and it might change next week because I want to create a new character, and I want to know what how being able to skip all the cutscenes and all the bullshit, how that affects the game to me. Because if it affects it in a positive way, it might be a 4 out of 5. But right now, the fact that I'm already past all the bullshit and all I'm doing is having fun with Vern and friends, like that's all I want. If that's what all Destiny ever was, that'd be fucking amazing, but it's not. It is literally, hey, you need to play for the next 10 hours of this bullshit story until you can fucking actually start having fun at endgame. Like, to me, that's too long, and that's what hurts it.
Right.
But maybe that now that I can actually skip through all that, they added Grimlock cards, that might bump it
They've
up
made
to
it
a 4 out of 5.
quicker, yeah.
No, you know what I mean, Vern? You know, it might, but I haven't
Yeah.
touched that yet. I cannot say, yes, that makes it better. I really do need to create a brand new character and try it and say, you know what? If I was starting from scratch, it's okay now. Like it's a 4 out of 5. It is definitely not a fucking 5 out of 5 to me. Like it's nowhere near that.
It's good if you're playing with other people all the time, though. Yeah. Even in the story mode, it's better if you're playing with other people.
No, but
that's
like,
just how the game is.
Think
it doesn't stand on its own as a single player game.
No, definitely not. But like, I still want to try it where, like, because we all wanted to create new characters anyway. I want to try it. I want to see what it's like if we were able just to skip the bullshit that we hate. Like,
well, you know what? We don't even really have to do that. The way we can actually get experience from doing all the old missions over again on our existing characters too, if you just want to see the changes. So
I mean, the game, seriously, nobody ever shuts up about it. You know, you talk about a game like Bloodborne, who came out and was amazing. It was, you know, everyone talked about it, and nobody talks about it now. And a lot of games are like that, but this game,
well, that's because it's not a persistent world type game. I mean, this is a game where you're constantly getting newer gear. You're getting to try out new weapons, and these weapons all feel so.
I never was like a big Worldcraft guy or that type of guy.
They all feel so different from each other. That's what's so cool about the weapons in the game, and they have such different effects on them that it drastically changes the experience you have as you play with different weapons in the game. That's really cool.
But what I would say, what Destiny truly shows, and it's not the fact that they were updating it fast enough to try to help fix it for people. It's the fact that Bungie, like Blizzard did with Diablo, they kept talking to the community. The people that liked it were directly putting input into fixing the game the whole time. They never went silent and said, one day we'll fix it. Like, they were always talking to the community, and that kept that community alive and happy and people playing, and it just didn't die off. Like, and then you have Activision's marketing dollars behind all the DLC. It kept it alive and perfectly fine, in good shape, and that's why it sold amazing. That's why people talk about it all the time, because Bungie's commitment to the community. Just because
I want to point out one more thing too.
Yeah.
I want to point out one more thing. Okay. A lot of the similarities we've mentioned are MMOs essentially. Yeah. Those games cost like $15 a month if you're going to be paying a subscription, and even the free-to-play games you're often going to be paying a subscription if you really like the game. This game costs $60 and then $15 per expansion. So it actually ends up being less than a game like that, and you're getting constant new content. So it's honestly a little more forgiving on the wallet than some MMOs, and they don't have all the microtransactions in the game as well. So that's another nice thing about it.
But yeah, I think I give Bungie credit. I always reference it to Diablo because I think that's the closest parallel to me, because it's, you know, it's teams in a small world.
Kind of.
To me, it's closest to Diablo.
It is on the level we've played it so far, but you haven't played the raids yet, and on that level it's not like Diablo. It is a little bit different. There is a lot of teamwork. There's mechanics to the raids that are very different than something you find in Diablo. That's closer to what you see in World of Warcraft and games like that. So it's got a weird mesh of all sorts of different game styles. And
so you used to not like the game, though, right?
It wasn't that I didn't like the game, but I got to the level cap, and I just thought, man, I really just don't feel like grinding to experience everything that's in this game, and they got rid of a lot of that grind. So it's been way more accessible and fun to be able to play with other people who have been playing it for a long time, and not feeling like I'm slowing them down from enjoying the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's had a lot of improvements. It's still not where it needs to be. I'm sure it'll get a lot better on Tuesday. And a year from now, when they come out with the real big expansion, which will be bigger than Taken King, I assume, might call it Destiny 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be even better then. So And this is a game that's going to grow throughout the course of the generation. Probably over the next 7 or 8 years, we'll keep seeing expansions just because it's been so successful. So that's enough Destiny talk.
Was
Yeah,
was
but
there anything else in the letter? apart from
Yeah,
Destiny?
game of the year. What do we
There we
think
go.
is going to be game of the year? I
Well,
mean,
no, he said Xbox Game of the Year.
yeah, Xbox
Well,
game
yeah,
of the year.
whatever.
Oh no, Bone suggested Ori and the Blind Forest so far, and I think we probably all agree with that right now.
I
Until
don't know.
other games come out.
Well, I think Forza is.
That's starting with Forza that just came out
I
today.
have not
for
played Forza
Ultimate.
at all today, so that's not in my list of games until I play it. Right now, it's between Witcher and Metal Gear Solid, and it's a toughie. Like I love Ori. Ori's great, but it's not going to be my game of the year. Like it's fucking a fantastic game.
Right.
I love it. I love the art direction. I love the music. It's definitely best indie game, fucking hands down. Well, not indie game, but I guess like arcade game or
Non-AAA game?
Yeah, non-AAA game. Whatever poll you would want to put it in, because it's fucking. It's just. It deserves like a fucking plaque. Like it's something. It's amazing. But it's
You probably think it's the best Xbox exclusive right now.
yeah, without
Besides
a doubt.
Forza, maybe,
Like yeah, I haven't played Forza yet, so I can't say. Like that demo was fucking great, but I can't say. But without a doubt, it's the best Xbox exclusive period that I've played this year. But Metal Gear and Witcher have been so amazing, and
The Halo's coming.
Halo. Like I'm not going to talk about games I haven't played. You know, I don't want to bring them in the list.
Well,
Probably
you got,
Witcher
you got,
so
you
far.
got.
If I had to choose, probably Witcher right now is my game of the year.
See, I originally had Ori down as my game of the year, and then when I played it, I was like, yeah, that's it. And then as Dustin said, and then I played The Witcher, and I feel like I'm sort of comparing apples and oranges because I mean, obviously both games, but one is, so much bigger and grander. I am having a hard time justifying Ori's inclusion at the top. I just think like The Witcher was just so fantastic, and I put so many hours into that. And now I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and I do have some issues with it, so I'm not entirely sure if I think it could be a contender. But as it stands, I think it's going to be very difficult for anything to top The Witcher. I just think it's so epic and so fucking good.
Well, I think Game of the Year is going to be Metal Gear Solid 5 as far as the press. For me, it's going to be Halo 5, obviously. But, that's what game, I'm looking forward to. But right now, I agree, it's probably Ori. Haven't really... I mean... Yeah, it's Ori. I mean, Forza would be if Forza was out, it would be that because I just really was impressed with that, and I've loved Forza, and it feels like it really has gotten the franchise back to where it needs to be. So,
Yeah, for me, it's Ori so far, but I mean, we'll see what happens with Halo 5. I'm excited about it. It could be great. Could be a dud for all we know. I mean, I don't think it will be, but could be.
It's going to be nitpicked. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But my last game, which I very well could take the cake if take the prize if it ends up good, and that's Tomb Raider. So we'll see.
Tim, can I ask you a question? What's your? I know it's a bit early. Have you got any preliminary thoughts on the old Metacritic for Halo 5?
I don't think right now it's a little bit early, but I think it's going to be. I nailed 88 with Forza, or could go to 89, but I'm a fan of Metacritic, and I feel that it's a very good
Barometer.
Barometer, exactly. But the problem I have with Halo 5 is that so many people have such a strong opinion about Halo and what it should be that I think that's going to actually come into the reviews People are not going to like certain things 343 the direction it's taking. So I don't think it's going to be a 90 plus Metacritic. But I do think it has the content to be a 90 plus Metacritic. But I don't think that. I think there's just so much. It really has a high bar for itself set, and I think it's going to be in the 86 to 88 area. But I'd probably go 86. I could see it at 85. I hate to say it.
I'm saying 85.
But the more you go up on Metacritic from the 80s, 85 to 86 to 87, and the more prestigious it is. 90 is like really prestigious. But I would love to see it, but I don't see it. It's just like I said, there's so many people that are so critical of that series that I just you're gonna get somebody who's just gonna give it a 4.
I'd just say I'm gonna stick it in at the 82-83 region.
That's possible.
All it takes
is a few. No, all it takes is a few publications to come out and bomb that score, and that's very possible for this game. Just because they want to go out and slam Halo.
It's sad. It really is because it really is a lot. You talk about what they got. You have it looks like an 18-hour mission where you play 2 stories, which is Locke and Halo. You have 35 maps that are going to be given to you, multiplayer maps. I think 18 are free. And you have Warzone, which is, I've talked to testers. They say it's off the hook. It's great. So I really hope that it doesn't get. If it gets 82, that'd be really bad. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. That'd be pretty depressing. I think if it gets in the 87 to 88, 9 area, that's respectable. You blow your load. You blow your load if it's 92. That's just everyone goes crazy.
Hey guys, we got a lot of people watching right now.
Yeah, see, I'm chatting with people. We have like 200 people in chat.
What?
We're at 216 watching now. Yeah.
How did we get 216?
I don't know.
What happened here?
See, what happens is you have like a popular YouTuber, then he'll tell people to go to a certain channel just to do it, and he blows up the channel. So thank you, whoever sent you. I don't see who hit the chat. Like I asked, but I didn't see who.
Maybe this is all Neo Gaffers.
Yeah, it could be. It's all from Gaff. Yeah. 263 now. Like
Oh my
somebody's
God,
sending them our way. Yeah, it's.
That's a record, big record.
Yeah.
So thank you.
What are my PC specs?
Holy crap, that's a lot. When did this just happen? Just now?
Yeah, for the last like 15,
I don't know.
20 minutes. Like,
I just looked and I saw lots of people, so it's awesome you guys are in here.
Yeah.
All right, should we go on the last letter?
Yeah,
You get
last
to give me
letter.
your stuff. So, last letter. This one is from Jason, the Shady Chemist. He says, "Hey guys, with all these big releases and AAA titles, I know you keep busy with simply keeping up with the latest releases. I was just wondering if you guys had any games that you simply can't let go of and simply keep going back to. For example, I keep going back to play Sonic 3 every now and then on an emulator, or maybe even Super Mario Brothers on occasion. Any throwbacks that you can't get enough of and refuse to let disappear into the deeper vaults of your mind. Thanks for reading, and let's go Giants." Jason the Shady Chemist. P.S. Happy 16th birthday to the Dreamcast. You were ahead of your time, but not forgotten.
Yes, it was so
That's so
easily
true.
pirated, so ahead of its time.
It was.
Dreamcast. Yeah. So underpowered too.
Underpowered. When it came out, it was perfectly powered. It came out before the PS2 even released.
PS2 came out and dominated it. Destroyed it.
It did not. Graphically, it did
ate
not.
Its breakfast.
PS2 is not that far ahead. It actually had a harder time with loading larger textures. So you got kind of cleaner looking games on the Dreamcast, though it couldn't push the same amount of polygons, obviously. But no, Dreamcast was a good piece of hardware, man. It was a really good piece of hardware. It had a lot of good games for its time. Just didn't last long. But anyway, what games do you guys go back to?
Let me go and check my Steam list.
What?
What about you, Tim?
What game I go back to, keep playing, kind of?
Yeah.
Well, it was Forza Horizon 2. but I haven't. I finished it, so I usually go. I usually go a lot to. Trying to think. I would say the Forza Horizon 2, because that's what I really do go back to.
That's not old. We're talking like old school, man. You don't have an arcade. You don't have an arcade game you play, and you're like, "Wow, this game was the shit, man."
You're talking about
You can go all the way back.
Shinobi is my favorite. Arcade.
Shinobi.
That's a
good pick. You're talking about original Shinobi, or are we going Revenge of Shinobi?
Revenge of Shinobi was my favorite. It was an amazing game. That's probably one of my top favorite games of all time. Revenge of Shinobi.
Yeah, they had that one. They had Shadow Dancer. They had
Revenge of Shinobi
3.
Yeah, Revenge of Shinobi 3 was the one game that I was blown away. I played it and finished it, and I played it again. I thought that was the greatest thing ever. But yeah, Shinobi is my pick.
My game? I always play it every time I'm in an arcade. It's one of the Raiden games. Can't think of the name of it, but every time I see it, I always play it, and I always love it. Is it Raiden X? Yeah, it's Raiden X. Oh, love that game.
Do I really have to play this game again? Crimson Skies, all right?
What's that?
It's the only game that matters. Chat knows it. I know it. Crimson Skies is the best game of all time. It's the best.
Oh, no, it's Raiden Fighters. I'm sorry. Raiden Fighters. Love that fucking game. So Crimson Skies, huh? When was the last time you played it? You streamed it, right?
Yeah. No, last time I actually played it was like 2 weeks ago. Now I'm looking at my Xbox like I need to play it again. Probably will. Yes, that's right. I have an original Xbox. It's going to be awesome. Or Crimson Skies. Can't wait.
All right, so are we ready for some news?
Well.
You didn't say one, Steve?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He was thinking.
So I've got one. Well, I've got two, but one's slightly newer. But I know that it will be that game. So I've got Geometry Wars Retro Evolved 2. It's not as old as others, but there's not too much that I keep going back for. To be honest, I'm more of a new guy, but there's just something about Geometry Wars that's just so fucking good. It's just incredible. Like, the score, the fact that I was bitching at it as well helps. And then the other one is this cricket game, John Bradman Cricket, I play. And I know that, it only came out in February and I was playing it last year on PC, but I know that, for years and years to come, that will be one that I keep playing. It's just one that I just randomly think of. Just think, actually, I'm just going to go and play that for an hour. And then I'll ignore it for like a week or 2 weeks or a month or something. And then I'm going to go and play that again. So, yeah.
All right, so I think we need to move on to some news, man. This letter's just gone forever. Or actually, no, we got releases, right?
We do. We have a big week. So, starting this evening, as I mentioned probably last week, Leo's Fortune and Draw a Stickman Epic are releasing. So, Leo's Fortune's it's like a adventure platformer where you control this little fluffy ball and he can sort of jump up and you can make it bigger and he sort of floats down, or you can dive bomb and that sort of stuff. I played it for review actually. It's alright. It's like $7, but there's sort of, if you like it, then you can go and get all the challenges and stuff. But if you're not really too interested in that, then it will probably be incredibly
that's
boring.
The green that's the green mustache man ball, right?
Yeah. I had a bit of a kind of a love-hate with it. I kind of liked it more towards the end, but I don't necessarily know if I'd recommend it too much. I see what they were doing.
It reviewed well.
Yeah, well, it's like I've seen people talk about how it's a timeless classic on iOS, and I'm just like, well, I'm not sure I agree with that. But and then Draw a Stickman Epic was the game that I believe is out, and I'm still not actually sure what it is. So I'm afraid I can't really tell you much about that. It was a mobile game. I'm sure it's probably very cheap. Next up, we have on Tuesday huge day of AAAs. So there's Dustin and Vernon Tim's favorite game, Destiny: The Taken King.
Woohoo!
and the raids unlock on the 18th. By the way, I remember that from last week, Fan. I hope you appreciate that one. NHL 2016 from EA, which is on EA Access trial as we speak. Forza Motorsport 6 is on Tuesday. For my American friends, it's out now on the Ultimate Access, but Friday for us peasants in Europe. Pro Evolution Soccer 16 is also out. Don't get it, shit. And there's also an Elder Scrolls Online DLC, which comes out next Tuesday as well.
Oh, the Imperial City, right?
Yes. Yep. And on the 16th, there's a game called Gun World, which is the Xbox One's first $1.99 game, which is like a 2D side scroller, and you shoot stuff. It's sort of reworked from its original Steam release. So, I mean, for $2, I don't think you could really go wrong, to be honest. But it sounds quite good, and they sort of mixed it up from the initial release on Steam. So that sounds quite cool. On the 17th, there's Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows, which is the sort of big DLC that they've been working on for Shovel Knight, which is loved, and that's very good. And then finally, on the 18th, there's Pumped BMX Plus, which is it's originally a mobile game, sort of one of the bit like Trials, only sort of more 2D and sort of more colourful and simpler graphics. And it's about doing tricks and that sort of thing. It actually looks really cool. So yeah, that's unless anybody knows of any sort of DLC or something that I've missed. That's it for releases.
Do we know how substantial this Shovel Knight content is?
I think it is free if you own Shovel Knight. I think it's reasonably substantial, but because it's been sort of coming for a long way.
This is one of the stretch goals in the original Kickstarter campaign, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And they've managed to get it all out on all platforms the same day, which is nice because obviously the
That's
Xbox
awesome.
One.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Shovel Knight a lot.
Yeah, so you'll need to have completed the game to play the Plague Knight's Adventure and Challenge mode. For anyone that's interested. But yeah, sounds good. That's releases for next week.
All right.
People are running out of the room now. Down to 277. Thank you so much, Flow Side sponsorship.
I don't think we ever thought we'd be saying down to 277.
Yeah. It's just dropping. Well, hopefully you followed. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Moving on. Let's go right to news. Let's talk about Xbox Live's reputation system. It's changing, people. It's changing. It's not going to be the same no more. Microsoft is working on changes for Xbox Live reputation system, according to program management Mike Ybarra. Currently, there are 4 stages of Xbox Live reputation: green, yellow, orange, and red. So this became a big issue with Gears of War. We had a ton of people just sit there and kind of have the reputation like just broken down and busted and turned down. Like it really sucked. And I guess, they're just going to try to check it out, try to make it so people don't have this issue anymore. Because there's no way to give good feedback. On Xbox One, there's only negative feedback. So I don't know.
And you get good feedback by playing matches where you don't get any feedback.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But it would be enjoyable to actually have, just good feedback and not have to worry about, hey, we're just going to, give you bad feedback. But it just makes people feel better when they can say, you know what, Vern's a cool guy. I enjoyed playing with him. Thumbs up. Like, that's just something as simple as that. That makes people feel like you can say, hey, people enjoy this. Or people enjoyed that player.
Or like, I feel bad for Steve. Let's give him a thumbs up.
Yeah. I feel bad for us.
Wait, why are you feeling bad for me?
It's just a joke, man.
Oh. You tell me I'm not very good at Gears or something. Oh, see you there with your beard and your smiley face. I'm not going to forget this. It was quite funny though. I saw was it like 3 or 4 threads all popped up on Gaff on the same day about how the reputation system was busted or something, and I looked at some of the people complaining. I was just thinking, well, actually, the system seems perfectly fine from where I'm sitting.
Uh-huh. Anyone else seeing Dustin's video? Oh, there it goes. All right, cool. So yeah, that's awesome. They're fixing the feedback. So it's been a lot of talk about how poor it's been lately. Can you guys hear Dustin?
I cannot hear Dustin.
That's me being an idiot. New Microsoft patent lets Kinect make a physical 3D model of your face. An actual 3D model, Vern. So me and Steve were talking about this earlier. So let's say Halloween store, you walk in, you look directly at a Kinect, and it makes a mask specifically for your face with the 3D model. That'd be awesome. I have no idea if that's what this fucking is, but if it's making a 3D model, I think that would be the way to doing it. You just it would just form the mold just to your face by just looking at you, which would be awesome. But that's the only use I see of this technology is Halloween stores. Halloween stores. I don't know when else I need a 3D mold of my face. Anyone? No.
Maybe if you want to make the characters look really good.
Yeah.
Like it would genuinely be Dustin taking names and kicking ass in some game. They'll do it on like the Xbox.
No, but I'm
4K
sorry.
Or whatever.
This patent is specifically for a physical 3D model in real life. Like not for a game. Like it's creating a physical 3D model. That's the whole point. They already do that. Like Kinect Sports Rivals takes a picture of your face and puts you in the game. This is about actually building it in reality. No? Not feeling it?
Don't care.
I think we should take a moment to raise a glass for our fallen comrade Kinect.
What?
Rest in peace.
What happened?
Steve's calling Kinect dead.
Yeah, it pretty much is. What are you going to say? It isn't?
First of all, Kinect is not dead. That is not the right way of looking at it. Kinect is on life support, and it's in a vegetative state, and it's just there in the hospital.
On Xbox One, it's never actually been alive, so...
No, it was there for, you saw, a beep.
It was like a
beep.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had its birth, and then it got thrown out.
Yeah.
With the bathwater.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, that's kind of a thing. But yeah, it's your friend that's been in a vegetative state for 8 years, and you know he's your friend, and you hope one day he wakes up, but the doctor says there's no hope. It's so doom and gloom, but it's true. But that's it for news. That's all I got. That's it. That's the only story.
That's all.
What else happened? It's been like 3 days. It's been 3 days. We've talked about
Xbox didn't sell better than PlayStation 4 for August.
Oh my god, let's fucking close down the site. Look, I told you, Drive Club was going to push sales. We all knew Sony's the best. If you can't handle that, just leave. We're changing everything to blue soon enough.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Get some, Vern. Get some. All right. But yeah, do
you want to explain the MPDs in a bit more detail, or do you want me to do it?
You can.
Okay. So obviously the MPDs came out today. Now the reporting period, I believe, ended on the 29th or the 30th of August. So it did not include Metal Gear Solid 5. So it's just for the month of August. It was a 4-week month. Madden, unsurprisingly, was the top-selling game. Sold more on PS4, then Xbox One, then 360, then PS3, and that didn't include the bundles. Number 2 in the list, which is where I think that it falls significantly short, was Minecraft on 360, PS3, Xbox One, then PS4. And for a game that's been out, 3 or 4 years at retail, 360 version, does that say rather poor things about the rest of the lineup?
I don't think so, because Minecraft is on 360, PS3, Xbox One, and PS4, and it continues to sell amazingly every single month.
No.
So I don't think that's indicative
Minecraft,
of poor Gears of War sales.
Is Minecraft off the list?
What?
No, is Minecraft on or off the list?
No, it's on. It's number 2.
It's number 2.
No,
Madden,
but here's
and then Gears is behind.
I just want to review something. It's only news when Minecraft goes off the list. That'll be the big news story. Minecraft is there permanently. This is like saying Solitaire is not on the most played games list. No, it's there. We just ignore it at this point. Minecraft's in the same boat. It's going to be there.
No, he's just talking about where it's placed.
But Dustin, there's a list of 10 games, and I'm pointing out that Minecraft, which has been out for 3 or 4 years, is number 2 on the list, which I don't think says very much for the rest of the list. I'm then going to explain what the rest of the list is.
No, but Minecraft's the juggernaut of this whole list.
But is Minecraft a juggernaut in August 2015 when there's been very little marketing for it? It doesn't include bundles. I think it's indicative of the fact that nothing else particularly sold very well last month.
No, wait a second. You don't think Minecraft is a juggernaut anymore?
No, it's a juggernaut in general, but for this particular month, for a summer month, is this particular month of Minecraft sales a juggernaut? I mean, it's not like it sold like 2 or 3 million copies. It's got to be in the low hundreds of thousands for August 2015. The MPDs.
Which means Gears of War sold in the low hundreds of thousands.
Very low hundreds of thousands, I would probably have said.
Yeah.
Because it's August, and August is not a good month.
It was bundled quite a bit, though.
Yeah, it probably sold like 500, 400,000. UK was number 1, too. And then number 2.
So number 3 on the list was Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Number 4 was GTA. Number 5 was Lego Jurassic World. Number 6 was Rare Replay. 7 was Until Dawn. 8 was the Call of Duty Black Ops Combo Pack on 360 and PS3, which, goddamn thing, prints money in it. Number 9 was Batman Arkham Knight. Number 10 was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. We don't know how many the PS4 sold, but it was a top-selling platform, and the Xbox One was up 26% over August 2014, which puts it around 202,000. It's believed that it was very close between the two of them. So I think it's a poor month. There you go. That's what I was going to say.
I think it's crazy.
Year-over-year increase is good, but yeah, it's not a great month.
All right. Microsoft reveals what's coming in Xbox One's November firmware update.
That's right.
Check this out. Play your Xbox 360 games because nobody wants.
Well, it's all
feature.
the same stuff that we were expecting. It's the new UI revamp, So
no, Vern.
They haven't announced like exactly what new features are coming. We don't know, say, like if background music's going to be happening in November at the same time yet, but.
Look, all I'm saying
it's mainly just the redesign.
It's not as good as PS4's 3.0 firmware update, okay? It's just
You're right. But the main thing we learned today about this update is that it will go out in waves, and it'll be based on your feedback you have given during the preview program. So if you've done a lot of these surveys and questionnaires and things like that, you have a higher chance of being in that first wave or second wave than others. So,
which is... I'm going to turn around and say I was very upset. I was very disappointed by this.
It's your fault, though.
What do you mean? How's it my fault?
Because you didn't answer the question. I've been taking these surveys, and my score is actually pretty decent. So
isn't
if I
yours
get
like
it before
760?
Yeah, it's way better than yours, probably.
Mine's like 560.
Right. So if I get in before, it's because
Fern, you do know
I answer more questions.
You do know the people at the top of the leaderboards have got like 2,000, right?
I don't care. I'm just saying I'm going to be in there before you, and it's your fault that you're behind me.
is I don't take any of the
I-
surveys. And Aaron, if you're listening, hook me up. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's how you do it, Tim. Tim knows how to do it. Just like, hey, Aaron, what's up?
What's up?
Hook me up with the higher list, the higher leaderboard. That's what I need. I need to be at the top.
This is Timothy Eat Dog. You know you love me.
All right. Any other news? I'm flipping through now to check to see if there's anything that
Press
anybody
Play
knows about.
have announced their next game.
Woohoo! Project Knoxville.
Spoilers. Come on, bro. Yeah, so they did the vote where they, let people look at videos of Knoxville, Carew, and Dwarka, and the one that won was the 11-player cooperative adversarial
Survival Hunger Games thing.
Yeah, the one that will have a dead community within about 3 weeks.
Whatever, man. We'll see. If it's good, people will keep playing it.
All right. Well, that's it for news. I'm done. We're done for news. That's it. I'm calling it quits.
Well, we gotta play Forza.
Yeah, we do. We got to play video games because video games are important. Now, what else do we got to talk about? Do we got to talk about what we've been playing? Can I just go play a video game now? No, I guess we got.
We should talk about what we've been playing.
We've already talked about Destiny, so that conversation is over. And
we didn't talk about Gears last week.
Yeah, we got to talk about Gears. That's important. Now,
you and me.
I
you
wanted
and
to
me
say
played
one
the
thing.
campaign.
We will talk about Destiny next week, and that'll probably be the end of our Destiny. No, I'm being dead serious. I want people to understand what's going on. We're going to talk about Destiny next week because at that point, me, Vern, Maria, whatever, we're going to go through and play through the first couple missions just to see if the story, if skipping it will make it better. To give people an informed decision on if they should buy it.
Well, I'm
or
not skipping it. I want to hear the new Nolan droid.
Well, no, I'm going to hear the new Nolan droid go, wow, that's the exact same dialogue. And then I'm going to start skipping everything just to see if it makes it better and more enjoyable. Because the writing's still the same, so it's going to be fucking awful, no matter who said it. I've already listened to both voices on YouTube, and Nolan doesn't do a better job. It's just different. He just sounds like Guilty Spark now. That's the only... He sounds literally like the Guilty Spark. It's like, okay, so they're just...
See, I'm more excited about the new content than playing the old stuff.
No, yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, but I want to give people an informed decision if you're going to start this from level 1 and have to go through all of that. Is it a 4 out of 5? I don't know. I can't say. But right now it's 3 out of 5. But let's move on from that. What
I hate that
playing?
scale.
What, 5-point scale?
You hope.
I don't like it because the 3 out of 5 is just like the scale, the score on Games Radar that screwed up. For
Okay,
us.
Tim, we've decided it's not that you don't like the 5 out of 5, the 5-point scale. It's that you don't like the way the 5-point scale
6 is too low.
Fits in to a 100-point scale, which is Metacritic. It doesn't translate very well. So if you're going to have a 100-point scale aggregator, it doesn't do a good job pulling in a 5-point scale review.
But like
All right, so then, Dustin, what do you give it in a 1 to 100?
Don't
0 to 100.
That's too precise of an answer for me.
Just answer the. Just come on.
It's a 3 out of 5.
So 60.
Because you don't want to say 75 because that's too low.
No, it could be a 75.
Say
80. It could be. Like, I feel like 3 out of 5. It's a game that you can play and enjoy. Like, it's not a fucking masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. It's not.
Okay, on the 7 to 10 100-point scale, what do you give it?
A 7 to 10 100-point scale.
If you were IGN
if
and
I
you were
had
going
to
to
give
review
it
this game, what would you score it?
Oh, fuck. 77.
7.7.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're twisting my arms, it'd be like a 77. Like
there you go.
It's on the higher end
I got your answer,
of the
Tim.
scale. Like, it's not shit, but it's like
But it might be poop.
I'm not calling it like it's not Witcher. It's not that
right.
good. It's not Metal Gear. It's like I'll rate all the games I played this week. Metal Gear's solid. Fucking 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. I like it. It's enjoyable. It's not a fucking great game. It's enjoyable. Minecraft, played the beta of that. Like the PC beta, it's like a fucking 4 out of 10. It's whatever. It's not full-blown Minecraft. The demo of Forza 6.
Minecraft in general is like a solid 6 out of 10 for me.
No, but like Minecraft in general to me is like an 8, 9 out of 10. But like just playing the PC version.
It's a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a solid 3 out of 5. The PC version. I'm with you. Now, what else the fuck have I been playing so we can get through my shit? The Forza Motorsport 6 demo, because I haven't played the main game yet. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. It's perfect, Vern. Every single way. It's just amazing. I just don't think it is as good as Drive Club, because Drive Club's like a 12 out of 10 to me. I didn't play Filtered. Gears. I gotta go with it's a 2 out of 5. It's a 2 out of 5.
We had fun, man. I think we had fun with it.
Yeah, but the AI was dumb. They didn't change the story.
You died a lot.
They didn't change the story, though. They didn't change the story, Vern. That's a 2 out of 5. Okay? It's 2 out of 5.
What did you think of the additional content?
I thought it was like a 1 out of 5. Somewhere in there. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just whatever. It just made that mission longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but seriously, Gears of War was fucking
being
awesome.
serious here.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Like, it's not... I'm not, like, upset that I missed it on 360, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was cool. What'd you think of it, Vern?
I had a good time with it. I mean, we definitely did find a lot of things that felt old school about it, to the point of, oh, maybe that should have been fixed. But, I mean, as a remaster and trying to keep it the same as it used to be, they did a really good job with the game. We did find some frame rate issues when we played co-op. When I was playing by myself, I didn't notice it. But in co-op, there were some issues, and maybe it was lag causing those issues. I doubt it, though. It just felt like it was probably the old engine getting in the way of itself. So, but I think it's a good remaster or remake or somewhere in between, and it's definitely worth getting. And the multiplayer is still really fun. We had that one good match. We had our one good match, so that was exciting. But one guy carried us, so you remember that. As Maria was screaming, "Get some!" as she chainsawed everyone. Ooh. Jason's in the background. Hi, Jason. You guys don't want to say hi and wave to Jason?
What's up, Jason?
Hi, Jason.
Everybody
Can't even
says
see
hi.
you wave. I know what Steve's waving.
Say hello.
I tried to be up.
He said he tried to be up. Hopefully you heard him.
Well, you want me to
I was about to say something
We're doing
immensely
what
crude
you've
then,
been
but
playing. Just come in here. You could fucking have a seat. You could talk. I don't care. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. All right. Well, where are we?
What have you been playing?
That's all I played, Vern. That's it. I need to go play Crimson Skies. You know what? Screw modern gaming. I'm done with it. We're going back to SNES. All right, Vern. We're changing the format. SNES Genesis battles.
You know what?
That's
You know what
all
would be
it's gonna
awesome
be.
if they had an online multiplayer version of it? Secret of Mana. It had 3-player co-op, action RPG, awesome game. That would be so much fun to get to play with 3 players together online. That's what we need.
I don't know where you're going to pump your audio through.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
Don't
No.
even pump any audio. Just talking to his mic.
Just talking about Mike. So what have you been playing?
I've been playing Forza Motorsport 6.
What do you think of it?
It's great.
Any other thoughts? How's the clutch?
It's great.
Fucking solid. Out of a score of 1 through 5, what would you give it?
5,
1 through 10.
10,
1 through 100.
100, because that's the same thing.
No. We're not going. It was a 10-point scale. Now it's a 100-point scale.
A 95 can be...
What
10.
about on a 1,000,000-point scale?
A
On a
million?
scale of orange to black, where does it rate?
Black.
I would have said blue.
Well,
It's a gradient, alright? Well, that's your Forza review for this week.
it's
So you're
black.
saying on a giant bomb scale, you'd be a 2 out of 5?
About a 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. Okay, that's solid. That's a good score. You forgot about the Japanese games coming to Xbox One. What are you talking about, Wicked?
There's one Japanese game that was announced. Forgot the name of it. It's like a remaster of an old game or something. I really
It's a
don't remember.
remastered of an old game or something. Yes, that is the title of the show.
That's
Let me see if I can find it.
All right. Well, while
Japanese.
Vern is searching, Steve, what have you been playing this week, and what have you not been playing?
So I played Leo's Fortune, as I talked about earlier, so I won't say too much on that. I've been playing an unhealthy amount of Metal Gear Solid, and I'm still not really... I'm doing exactly what I did with The Witcher, which is that I'm literally doing pretty much everything else other than the main missions. The problem between this and The Witcher is that... I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry, but you do unlock mother-based things with the more missions that you do. I mean, that's known. The problem is that I haven't been doing the missions to unlock them, so I've been sort of strangling myself with what I can do because I just can't progress past a certain point. There is something weird about it. Like, it definitely feels epic. Like, it, it's the best Metal Gear. I feel like this is the realization of his image. Is the ultimate stealth Metal Gear Solid, but there's something about it that does feel slightly off. I mean, the fact that Big Boss doesn't say too much irritates pants off me. It really does just piss me off. He needs to be like monologuing.
I hear there was a lot cut from the game too. They're saying, like, the game is 2 chapters, and why would you make a game that had 2 chapters?
Yeah.
Wait
well,
a second.
I mean, I did know.
Pause. Real quick, Vern, what has every movie done that said this is going to be the final movie in the trilogy? What have they all done? They've made it a 2-parter. Every single last movie. All of them. It's all about making 2-parters, Vern.
Yeah, but you don't call them chapters. You call them like acts.
So, I don't know.
A chapter implies a much shorter period of time spent than an act. You see? Like, if you're going to have a game in 2 parts, you call it Act 1, Act 2, Part 1, Part 2. You don't call it Chapter 1 and Chapter 2.
Look.
Chapter 1, Chapter 2 implies you're probably going to get 3, 4, and 5.
All I'm saying,
Peace
Vern.
Walker did have 5 chapters, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's
so,
that?
Peace Walker was done.
5
Oh,
chapters.
this is, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5.
There you go.
Maybe this is like History
Sounds
of the
like
World
shit
Part
was
1.
cut.
Like this, maybe it's like a Mel Brooks joke. Maybe it's an homage to Mel Brooks, where it's History of the World Part 1, but there is no Part 2. It's just a play on
Apparently,
words.
there's a third open world space that was originally supposed to be in this game. People are saying so, and it didn't make it. So
Stop
maybe
ruining
that was
that.
cut.
Stop ruining it.
No, but the thing is I don't like after playing this for a while. I don't feel like anything's been cut.
I know, but all the rumors that the other thing is people are saying the final boss in the game was actually cut from the game.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this game being unfinished and feeling unfinished, even though it's as huge as it can possibly be. It was supposed to be bigger.
Well,
And that might be a big part of what happened. Like, as
Well,
far as the
I'll be
rift
honest.
between Kojima and Konami.
I actually have, and I know that this is probably sacrilege to Metal Gear Solid fans, and I do love Metal Gear, but I can't help but feel that given that this game took 7 years, that if they weren't going to get this thing out in 2015, it was never coming out. Like, I do have an awful lot of sympathy for the fact that it's taken this long, and that they did the they made the Fox engine and all this other stuff. Fox engine was unveiled in 2011. I think I saw the gaff thread re-emerged for some reason, and it's like, well, if the problem between Kojima and Konami was that he just couldn't get a big Metal Gear Solid out the door, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think I can really defend him that much. As good as awesome as this is, you got to get stuff out the door, and he hasn't done it. But what is there, to be fair, is awesome, and I am really enjoying it. I don't know. There is something. It feels strange about it. Like whereas in The Witcher, when you do tons of stuff, you leveled up. Whereas in this, I'm doing tons of stuff, and actually, I'm not leveling up because obviously there's no RPG sort of progression system for Big Boss. But I mean, like, it's fantastic. It's big. It's epic. Love the open world. The dog is bitching. So I'm gonna pat him on the back. Yeah, good dog. The horse is bitching. It's awesome, and it's
First of all,
it does
I
feel
gotta
like-
clarify something. The horse is not bitching. It is definitely not. No.
Roach is better.
Roach is way better. And so
Oh no, I didn't say the horse
You
was
said
better. I just said he
bitchin'.
was bitching.
bitching is not implies like being awesome, and the horse can sometimes just piss me off. I mean, it's all right, but like, just do what The Witcher did. Rip off Red Dead Redemption. It does. That's how you do a horse. They showed you. Just rip it off. Just rip it off. That's all I'm saying. You've been outdone.
I will say, I actually do think that the horse feels better to ride on this, but it may well be the controls, because rather than having to hold the left stick down, you just press X and he just gallops for a while, and then when he stops galloping, you just press it and he goes again. And there also isn't like a stamina bar. It would just keep going. Bless him.
I'd rather you have
I do think that
infinite stamina on a path than hit it and then have to keep hitting it every 30 seconds so it keeps on running and running and running. Like, I don't know. I think other games have done it better. Just Roach is better, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
You're wrong. I've played a tiny amount of Gears this week. I think I did actually have a day off for Metal Gear and played Gears of War. But I think I'm on like Act 3 or something in the story, or Act 2. I'm still not that far. But one other game that I've played an awful lot is Motorsport Manager on iOS. I bought it because I like my tycoon games, and you run a little racing team, and they drive around a little track, and you have to manage all the the team, the drivers, and all that other stuff. And it's great fun. It's like 79p or something, or it's probably $1 for you lot.
That's
but
an
it's
awesome
a
game for
great
your
little
last
mobile
game on
game.
the show to talk about. But we appreciate your time with Xbox Uncut. Thank you, Steve.
Did you play Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time yet? I know you were talking about being excited about that. So.
I bought it. I haven't played it yet. I bought
It's
it.
been getting really good
today.
reviews.
Yeah, it's the next indie darling. Well, it will be when it comes on PS4, but
Yeah, as I watched a few videos of it, and it doesn't seem at all like a twin stick shooter like we were talking about. It has a little bit of a. It looks like a guy inside of the ship has to move from cannon to cannon, and so it's a little more complex than I thought it was going to be. It looks interesting. Here, it's really hard too.
yeah.
So you might not like it, Steve.
What do you assume that I'm terrible at games?
It's a joke. I'm just saying it to get a rise out of you.
The backstory to this is that I was telling Van that I was a bit sort of was perhaps deciding in my mind not buy Forza, and then you just spent the entire conversation telling me that you don't enjoy games you're not bad at.
You don't know. It's because you said that I'm not very good at racing games.
But you're not, Vern.
So I started saying, well, I mean, I understand. It's hard to enjoy a game you're not good at. And I've been going with this for quite a while now.
But yeah, cool. Anything else, Steve? You've been playing? Yeah, maybe.
Don't think so. I've still got Knack sitting here staring at me, waiting to be played, but it's not been played
let
yet.
me tell you.
It's a long game for what it is.
Knack
Really?
is a masterpiece of game design. It's a technical masterpiece for a launch game. Okay, it's mind blowing what they were able to pull off. There's no other game like it, even today. Just nothing like it. You can take that to
Knack's
the bank.
average is 10 hours for the main story.
Yeah. Stunning.
Jesus.
Stunning.
It's about 3 hours too long, I would say. It feels like it should be a 6 or 7 hour game.
But they gave you 3 more hours of awesomeness, Steve. You should try it. Play
And
it
the last
through.
boss is really annoying, so you might not like the game very much since he's pretty hard. I'm gonna stop it, I swear.
Knack is the Vern knows Knack's the best game out there for a launch title, without a doubt.
I
It's full
enjoyed Knack.
featured.
Knack is a solid 7.5 out of 10.
What are you on a,
Fern,
on a
why do you
5-point
like all
scale?
these terrible, terrible games?
What are you talking about? Knack isn't a terrible game. It's got.
What a joke.
I'm not even joking here. It has good controls, and I like that.
It's okay.
Hold on.
controls.
So Nat got 54 Metacritic. What did Destiny get?
Knack's a little too floaty for me.
Destiny got as high as
Floaty?
75.
Did you play
Uh,
Knack?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little. I don't like Mario. I like the floatiness to it, and I know that's what they were going for. But in a 3D,
You think Knack's
like
floaty?
in a 3D environment, it just feels a little floaty to me.
It's surprising.
I
I
don't
didn't feel
like
Knack
it.
was floaty at all. It felt really tight to me as far as
Yeah.
the controls were concerned.
And I like it tighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you like it really tight. I get
real
it.
tight. Yeah, get some. All right. For me to explain get some, we'd have to talk about Destiny, so we can't do that. So I can't explain it.
Well, she started it in Gears.
Yes, that is the Gears chant. Okay, so get some, or GIT slash, or not slash,
-SUM.
yeah, SUM. It sounds like a porn website. Or a Chinese website, like y'all said.
Or a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, get some. .com. I bought it because Maria kept yelling, "Get some!" Get some! Like, nonstop during Gears and Destiny, and just yelling it in the top of the mic. So one day I was coming home from work, walking by, and Jason's headset, all I hear is, "Get some!" And I'm like, oh my god, it's still going on. And it has continued nonstop to the point where last night we're playing Destiny, and like everybody's like, "Dustin, are you still playing?" And I'm like, "I'm working on something," and then next thing I know, I'm like, yeah, I bought it. You bought what? I bought GetSome.com. I had to. I had to own a link. It just, right now, just redirects to our website. So, and it has a Destiny poster. But that's it. That's what GetSome means. That's why we do it. That's why it's awesome.
It's our clan slogan.
Yeah. Get some. Get some.
The Fuzzy Doom Brigade.
Yes.
Get some.
All right. Tim, what have you been playing?
I've been playing. Well, I played the Forza 5 demo about like 6 days in a row. But I've been playing a couple of things. I've been playing Super Mega Baseball, which I really like. I thought it was it's a really cool game. So I've been playing that pretty much every day. I've been playing Beach Buggy Racing, which is pretty cool. I know that Steve played that, but I played Metal Gear Solid 5, and I played the first mission, and I do think it's going to be a game I finish. I don't understand the story, but I think that's part of the whole series, because it just is really strange to me.
Tim, I've played all of them. I don't understand the story.
No, wait
Really
a second.
hard to
Pause.
understand the story if you have not played the other ones.
You
yeah,
have
I'm
to-
really
if you
kind of,
played
but
them-
otherwise, I don't like stealth games, but for some reason, this game has me hooked.
It's not a stealth game in this game, just by the way.
Well, it is.
Well, you could
it-
choose to not play it as a stealth game.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
can,
but-
but it's still the same thing. You go underneath the bed and you wait for the guys to walk away. I usually I don't tend to like those games, but this game for some reason has me interested. I'm definitely gonna go back to it, and I probably will finish this game. I get that kind of feeling like when I played Tomb Raider, I felt like I was gonna finish it, and I did. It just takes time, but I will. Definitely, I think it's gonna win Game of the Year because of it's the last Metal Gear Solid, and
At
it
least
is.
from Kojima.
Yeah, it is a very good game. It should be applauded. It's probably I played a little bit of 4, I remember, and I did not like it at all. This has me interested. It starts off really good. I feel. The story, though, I don't know how you give that game a 10 with that story because so far the story is just, and I don't get a feeling that I'm gonna get answers for what the hell's going on here.
Look, there's only one way to get Game of the Year this year, and that is if you had unicorn sex. And I know a game you can have unicorn sex in. So
there's no way the story was going to be great in this game though, because it's one of those. It's a prequel that fills in the space from one game to another.
Yeah, but he's always left the. But hasn't he always left a very specific gap?
He did,
and that's what. And so to be fair, it wasn't like.
I'm not going to spoil it because I read about it, but the ending's kind of cheap, I think personally. But I mean, you guys can. We'll see, and I guess we'll talk about it later.
No spoilers. But
yeah.
I've been playing that. I've been playing Gears on Insane, which I kind of opened my mouth saying I was going to play this game on Insane like a big tough guy, and it has brought me to my knees. I've been crying for help. I've been trying to get Southbound to help me play it. He's finished the game 3 times.
So you were like, this is what it feels like to be Steve playing a video game.
I mean, it's really, really, really tough. I don't know how people actually finish that game solo.
No, it's
and
one of the hard. It
did.
is an extremely hard game on Insane. Like, it's not a joke. Even what they considered normal or casual originally was like people were saying it was too hard, and they had to actually add a casual setting to it in this game. It's not an easy game. It's never been an easy game. Especially since the mission design is so old school and like you forget
and the
how to
AI
play.
Gets killed all the time.
Yeah, but you forget how to play those type of games. Like mission design is totally different nowadays compared to that. Like there's parts where like there's a very familiar part at the very beginning of the game where you're running down and you get to a battle and you think you killed everybody, but you have to go back to a fence or a locked gate that you already passed. And there's no reminders that you need to go back. There's no nothing. It's just, yep, you need to circle back and go towards that gate because guess what? The enemies are all dead now. Nowadays you'd have a big fucking icon above it going, hey, head that way. Or somebody would talk to you over the radio and tell you, hey, we opened that gate. Like, it looks like they kicked it open. Or something. Like, it just wouldn't be... Yeah, it just randomly opened. Good luck.
Wait, hold on. Are we still talking about Gears of War here?
Yes.
Well, I mean, all of the Gears of War games in terms of the level design, I mean, they've all stayed pretty constant. I wouldn't have said it was old school. They all follow the same path that you walk into an area and then the enemies come and then you kill the enemies then you move on. I mean, I'd argue it's probably not necessarily good design, but they've all been the same. Wrong.
But I'm saying, like, by Gears 3, it was more heavy-handed with the, hey, your teammates are talking to you, telling you what's going on in the map to inform you what you should do next. While Gears 1 is very, fucking, you're in charge, go for it. Like, it's you could see it evolve through the franchise. And it's gotten better. Like, Gears 3 is fucking... like still holds up to this day as a great game. It's just Gears 1. Well, guess what? It's almost 10 years old now. It has old school concepts. And for its day it was amazing, but now it's 10 years old. So it's, you're going to deal with those kind of early 360 generation thoughts on how a game should work. It's just how it is.
You're making me want to play it now because I don't recall feeling the same at all. I've been surprised at how modern it feels.
No, I feel the opposite. Like I think it's gotten to the point where games hold your hand so much that even that feels like complicated in comparison. And I don't think it's wrong either way. It's just it's different, But that's it's Gears.
Insane is made harder because the AI is just so shit. Yeah. They should have fixed it unquestionably. What? Not fixed it. I think I said this last week. Is that all they should have done was just given Dom a much higher level of sort of HP than he has normally, just so that he doesn't go down so often because he just has to take more hits. I mean, that would have been presumably, you would think, a very basic way of doing it, but yeah.
All right. Well, moving on then. Vern, how are you doing, Vern? This is
I,
where I'm coming to this
I'm
segment. How are you?
awesome. I'm really liking talking without an orthotic in my mouth. It made reading the letters much, much easier. I wasn't constantly, stumbling over my words.
That's cool.
So it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Really, really liking it. So I'm good.
What have you
Feel
been playing?
good. Well, we talked about Destiny, talked about Gears. I did play about an hour of Forza before the podcast. Had a really great time with that. I didn't play much that wasn't in the demo already, so I can't really say how I feel about it. I
Two
did
out of
play
five, huh?
a couple of tracks that weren't in the demo, but um, yeah, the rain racing's awesome. I like the night racing a lot. The mods make things fun. Like how you can do the dare cards for the mods. You can choose like a card to make things harder, which gives you more credits for when you finish the race. Stuff like that's really cool. Um, so yeah, looks great. Jason said he thought they added another passive anti-aliasing. I didn't really notice that. I still do see some aliasing, but it doesn't bother me. I think the game looks great. Um, nice, smooth 60 frames per second. Great controls. I love it. Love it. Ready to finish this podcast and get right back to it. And then besides that, I played a bit more Mad Max, which I'm having a lot of fun with. It's not one of those games where when I'm finished playing it, I think, oh, I can't wait to play it again. I don't think about it when I'm at work. I don't think about it, at any other random place I am during the day. Like my favorite games, when I was playing something like Ori and the Blind Forest and I was at work, I was like, damn, I gotta get back home. I gotta play this game more, you know. Um, Sunset Overdrive had that same kind of quality. I'm not getting that from Mad Max, but when I do play it, I have a lot of fun. It's a really good game for me to just be in party chat and be chatting with other people while I play it, because there's just so much to do in the game. It is a collectathon, so if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend the game. But I'm really having a lot of fun with the car combat. I love the convoy missions. I talked
Quick
about that
question:
last
Who
week,
made
but
it?
um, yeah, what'd you say?
Who made it?
Mad Max?
Yeah, who's the developer?
That's was it Avalanche, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
I was
but
just
it's
curious.
their
It's not a collectathon like. Does it feel different than Assassin's Creed? Like, am I gonna feel like that same fucking generic collectathon,
yeah,
or is it
yeah.
better?
It does have a bit of an Assassin's Creed Ubisoft game quality to it. So
Okay.
if you're fatigued from that kind of thing, I wouldn't recommend it. But I love the car stuff. I'm having a really fun time driving around that car and upgrading it and getting in the convoy missions and wrecking other cars. And the ground combat, like I said last week, it's not complicated, but it's pretty fun and I'm having a good time with it. Like for someone who just played Batman, like Steve, I wouldn't recommend going to this game right now. He'd probably feel a little burnout. Or if you're
Especially as
playing,
Batman isn't even that good.
yeah, if you're playing something like Metal Gear, I wouldn't recommend playing this at the same time. But if you're going to choose one or the other, I don't think you're going to go wrong. I mean, it's a fun game. The story isn't all that good. I mean, there's not much to it story wise, but so far the characters have been pretty cool, and I like the art a lot. I like the way the game looks a ton. I like the world design, mission designs, just kind of regular, but I mean, like I see where all the negative reviews are coming from. I see where the positive reviews are coming from. It is a pretty by the numbers game, but it's still a pretty good Mad Max game. So if you like the IP and you want to play a Mad Max game, you're not going to regret playing this game. And I'm enjoying it overall. It's a solid game. So yeah,
All right.
I know I sounded kind of negative in some ways, but
No,
I don't want to be negative about it
was,
because I think it's a good game.
Yeah, you definitely like it. You always talk good about it whenever I talk to you about it. So.
And I'm impressed with what it's doing technically. They did a really good job on this game, making it look good on Xbox One. So it's almost worth buying just to show them that it's worth doing. Making
Yeah.
a good port. So
Well, no, but from what it sounds like, aren't people like accusing them of it's not being a port, that it was made for Xbox and it was ported to PS4?
possibly
Or is that-
it's it actually runs better on Xbox One in a lot of situations, and it has higher res textures. So
What's
I mean,
the
I'm not-
explanation for that?
Who knows?
CPU intensive? Who knows? Like it may.
not for the textures though.
No, but you know what I
It's-
mean.
it's
It could
a- it's
be
a strange-
something in there. I don't know.
Sorry, go on, Dustin.
No, I could say maybe they're using what is it, the CPU to GPU, whatever, compute bullshit on PS4 to make up the difference, and it's hurting the graphics card. I don't know. There could be. My guess, honestly, with that game is going to be they built it on PC. It ported very easily to Xbox because it's the same fucking architecture.
And not the PS4.
And then they ported the Xbox version after they made it from the PC to the Xbox to the PS4. And that's it. Just
You know,
went that way.
if I got a question for you guys, if DX12 really takes off, let's pretend that Frostbite. I think Frostbite actually actively committed to it, but let's just say that these games are DX12 and they're cross-buy, and we're talking 2016. Do you think that is going to help Xbox out as far as these multi-plats?
It'll make the ports. It'll help with the ports, but they're still going to be better on PS4.
Yeah, I
For
agree.
the most part, I mean, like they just
You
are.
might get a better frame, but you might get 900p.
There was this crazy story going around
I
today. I
didn't
saw it a
bring it
lot
up
on Twitter.
for a
Yeah,
reason.
I saw it.
And a lot of Xbox guys are tweeting it like it's true, and it's not. I mean, it's already been debunked. This isn't going to give you a 50% boost
On your
in your graphics card. It's just not.
No,
No,
gonna
it was
happen.
wait,
a 50%
Vern.
CPU
That's not what it said.
boost.
It said 50% CPU and 20% GPU.
20% GPU.
I didn't bring it up because it's, first of all, it's totally rumor mill bullshit. It's not, like, there is no actual
Well, yeah.
source for it.
Well, yeah. If you read it, it's got all sorts of spelling errors on it. It looks like it was pulled from a previous document and then edited.
Yeah.
And there's some translation issues, and
There's just
But I
too
do
much-
think the X12 is gonna have a kind of an effect on Xbox
No,
down
it
the
will.
line.
we
It
all
totally-
agree with that. We
It
all agree
totally
with that.
will. But
I don't see where the significant. I mean, as we said, it's going to improve efficiencies, but
no, there's going to be
50% sounds like a
significant
disappointment. The
improvements.
box
There
is
will
as
be.
it is.
No, but there'll be significant improvements, but not how people think. Like, it's like draw calls. There's going to be a giant fucking improvement because right now it's stuck in DirectX 11, and they don't use OpenGL, which already actively does better draw calls than DirectX 11 does. And once they actually switch it over to DirectX 12, that'll help and make a big improvement. But will that actually...
Right, and something like Titanfall would have run a lot better
Yeah,
because of that.
Titanfall
'Cause
would
I
run
remember
great.
I remember reading about them being upset about the amount of draw calls.
Yeah,
on
like
Xbox One.
And what that means is they'll be able to add more light sources, but it's not like you're going to add better textures. It'd be more light sources. It's not that you would add more polygons. It would just you'd be able to light the polygons you had better, like it, because it can run the frame over and over faster because it can do the draw call. There's
Just see
big
more
improv-
consistent frame rates.
Yeah, it's like you're going to see big improvements in other ways. Like just let developers show you.
Are we going to see more 60 frames per second games? No, but we'll see less below 30.
Well,
I don't know. You might see.
from Microsoft, they are definitely going to go for 60
On certain games.
in a lot of games.
Yeah, but they're
Well,
you're
what
never
else
going to have
besides
60.
Forza?
You're never
Halo.
going to have 60 frames per
Gears.
second.
Gears.
Oh yeah, Gears, Halo, and Forza. They're going for.
Well,
60, yeah.
Put it
They're
this way,
big games,
I mean, it's
yeah.
gigantic 60. Anything where they think that there's even a small
chance.
possibility of an esports thing,
Right.
they're gonna.
They'll even drop
60.
the resolution, which Gears 4 might be 900p 600 or 60.
I think it's fun. To be honest, I bet you they've probably not even had a discussion about resolution for Gears.
You think that the
This-
60
this
frames
early.
is set?
All I'm saying is that
Well, that's a
fucking-
big thing to.
That game
No,
was pretty.
I think they're doing 30 for single player and 60 for multiplayer.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
what
they
they-
made that decision for the Ultimate
That's
Edition.
what they'll do.
I hope
Exactly.
not. I want 60.
Which
for
I just want to
everything.
go on record and saying I do not agree with. Pick one.
Yeah.
You know, I do agree with
Sometimes
it.
you
Having
can.
no, I do agree with having played it. I was fine with 30 frames per second in single player, but now that I've played the multiplayer enough, I like that in 60. I do.
Well, you were complaining about the rain, though.
Yeah, I was, but now that I played it enough, I played it a little more since the last time we talked about it. I agree with the choice to go 60 frames per second. I absolutely do. Because every time I switch to multiplayer and I start playing, I'm like, wow, this looks so good and feels so good in 60 frames per second. This is a great way to play this game competitively.
But I just don't like that it switches. I just don't. I played campaign and then one of my friends was like, let's go play multiplayer, and they did, and it just felt weird. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you're not going to be switching a lot. You're either going to be a single player guy or a multiplayer guy, more than likely. Like, I doubt you're going to play that much multiplayer in this Gears of War. You will once Gears of War 3 or something comes out, something that has horde mode, because you were into that stuff, right?
Why would he want to do less of an experience?
Multiplayer quite a lot.
Yeah, in Gears 3 you played a lot, didn't you? Multiplayer?
No, I played some of this one quite a lot.
Okay.
But I play it sufficiently to notice the difference, and
But are you really going back and forth that much in the same day? I mean, when you play a round of Gears, are you going, okay, I'm going to play some single player, then I'm going to play multiplayer? No, you're going to start up and probably play multiplayer or probably play single player, and that's it, right?
Yeah, but then what do they do for Horde, for example?
Horde mode all day, baby.
Also, Gears
Horde 30.
First pause. Horde mode uses multiplayer maps. If multiplayer 60, Horde would be 60. Yeah. Like you're not changing anything.
Sense.
Yeah.
But
Horde all day, baby.
Gears 1 also lacked the campaign scoring.
See,
when Gears 4 has campaign scoring, then I probably will switch between them a lot, because that's what I did, and that's going to irritate the pants off me. It really is.
Yeah.
Pick one.
I want 60 all the time.
Did you guys hear that? Change of point, but we pretty much ran the gambit on that. Did you guys hear about the new UI is going to start to roll out soon?
Yes.
Yes, we talked about it already on the news.
We talked about that too.
Wow, I might have, but that was when I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tim was asleep on the toilet.
You should have taken us to the bathroom with you. Come on.
No,
That'd be perfect.
I'm afraid to type anything in the Twitch thing because Dustin yelled at me once. So
I do. I scrutinize Tim all the time. I just belittle the man. Tim Cat.
No, but when do you think it's going to roll? This week or next week?
Next week.
The rumor is early next week, according to a gaffer who follows some guy on Xbox who's leading the score for the feedback. So,
you think it's going to be a big step up?
No.
Well, yeah, we can already tell it is.
It can't possibly not be a big step up.
It's going to be a step up.
I agree. It really. I mean,
this one isn't unusable. It's perfectly usable. But
how did they get to shit like this though? Like I remember when I first
because they added stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff till it became slow and didn't get optimizations.
And you also have probably at this point 100 games on top of that it's trying to load art and everything else for.
Yes.
Slowly.
So how is Windows 10 going to fix that?
They could better
smaller
RAM.
footprint.
Yeah, smaller footprint, better RAM usage.
The thing is, the OS was clearly, in my opinion, a rush job because they spent all that time developing for the DRM stuff, and then they turned around in July or whatever and said, you know what, this is a fucking stupid idea. People don't like it. We're going to have to take it out.
Well, also Kinect was built into it. You got to realize when we had that UI at first, it was like awesome because you like Xbox. Check this, do that. Like you thought all those voice commands, I thought we would have hundreds of them by now. But what happened is basically Matrick got fired or he left.
Cortana's going to have a ton of voice commands.
I wish they would talk about it. These people don't even talk about it.
No, they need to not talk about it. They're
Why?
doing the right thing. Because
of GAF?
Because the...
Pretty much.
No, talk of Kinect is toxic. It's just like talking about The Order or Master Chief Collection. You gotta avoid that stuff. Avoid the stuff that gets people down and talk about the stuff that gets people excited. Kinect does not get people excited. I'm not saying there aren't people out there that don't like Kinect. So there's plenty of people out there who like Kinect. So
all I want to say is the Order 1887 Game of the Year 2017.
That game is never coming out.
Assets
it's not coming out this decade.
Are we done?
Yeah, it's oh, right.
Oh no, I'm just. Unless you get something else to talk about, Steve. I mean,
No, I mean I was just going to talk about that, but it wasn't too exciting.
yeah.
So, I
Wanna
mean,
play some video
there's
games.
not been anything else this week, is there?
We could talk about. No, we're done. It's cooked turkey. But I'd like
Dustin,
to thank.
you really want to go play Forza, don't you?
I do. I want to actually eat because I haven't. I literally got off work, have not had anything to eat, so I'm not even going to play for it. So I'm going to go get something to eat. Yeah, that's the goal. It's the goal. It's the plan. But thank you
Name
so
of the
much.
podcast: Time to Eat.
Time to eat. Yeah, it's good. Well, shit. This podcast's still 2 hours long.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. Hey, you said it, so we can make it. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Please write us at email@xboxuncut.com. That's email@xboxuncut.com. Please do not sign us up for spam accounts. If you do it again, I'll just make another one. Trust me. It doesn't hurt me that much. They're free for me. So, yeah. Give it your best shot, motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I'm still raging about that a little bit. But please write us. Email@xboxuncut.com. Just, be awesome. Right? Steve needs more, inspirational messages about how he's awesome.
Yeah,
He
tell
hasn't had
him
them.
how great he is and how awesome he is at video games.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Van, I'm going to come for you.
He needs moral encouragement.
I'm just as bad as Dustin with just running things into the ground. I'm sorry.
You will be. You will be.
Wait a second. He will be as bad as me, or I'm so confused.
It just called you terrible at video games too, Dustin. I think you should kick his punk ass out of this show.
First of all, I am
Make it a
terrible at
three-man
video
show.
games.
I'll
But
play any of you guys in Madden.
look, this is the thing. Nobody can outplay me in Minecraft, and when I get my pro controller, all right, I'm telling you, elite Minecraft player.
I mean not Madden. Minecraft isn't competitive.
What
Yes,
about
it is.
Madden? Have you guys
Let's see
played
who
that?
could build the
I've been
bigger
playing
house
that
burn.
too.
Let's see who could Let's see who can hit more trees with their fists. All right.
Hey,
We're gonna.
hey, Timothy E. Dog. I'll play Madden against you once it's free on EA Access. All right?
We see him March.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who won the software for MPD?
For Madden, it was
No,
PS4.
no, I know they did, but did they win overall software or who saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One overall software.
Wow, Jesus Christ!
Well, not being funny, but when you're like 800,000 consoles ahead, if you're not winning software, there's a serious problem.
Yes.
Especially, the thing is, if it were different if it were like, 25 million units to 24.2 million units, but it's not. It's like what 10 to
Right.
9.2 or something, or possibly even less than that. So at this point, you would definitely expect them to be ahead of software.
The only things Xbox One led on for games were Minecraft, Lego Jurassic World,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, it is strange that the games for the younger audience do seem to sell better on Xbox
Why
One.
is that? Is that because of families? I always think it is because of the family. I think that Xbox is more of a family type. Like the mothers, and you'll hear the dads. They'll reference the Xbox, and that's why I do think Xbox does well during the holidays, is because that's when those parents buy consoles or stuff like that. Whereas the older, like the 18 crowd to the 30, it seems to be dominated by the PS4 fans. I mean, that's the way I see it. But you're right. The kids seem to more like, not all the kids, but the parents, I guess, in my opinion, do kind of view it as more of a family-oriented console. That's my only logical
look,
explanation.
They see the Kinect, they see and I know people hate the Kinect, but they actually see it and they say, hey, that's the fitness thing. That's the bowling thing. That's what the 50-year-old mom's going to look at it as. And then they're going to see it as the video game console. And then they'll see all the entertainment shit, like Netflix and all that stuff. And then they'll have their cousin go, oh, yeah, you can do all this crazy stuff on it, which you can also do on PS4, but it does a little bit better on Xbox. and you kind it all piles up, and that's where you get that small audience. But that audience is as big
Well,
as it used to be.
Well, I think more than that is that the 360. I mean, you look at all the kids games. The dominant platform is actually the 360, and I just think it's crossover. When the Wii died, those people, if they wanted those sort of younger audience games, they didn't go and buy a Wii U. If they stayed on consoles, they bought a 360. So perhaps it's just sort of a follow on from that.
Yeah, could
from
be.
that market, and I think it's something we've seen a lot in the UK as well, where 360 is actually surprisingly dominant for a lot of these younger games.
Yeah, could be. Cheap console.
I just
Still
can't
has
believe
good game
Minecraft.
graphics.
Minecraft. People said that was a bad deal. I cannot believe that's number 3. I could not believe it was when I saw that today.
Tim, I'm going to blow your mind. It was number 2.
That was number 2. That's even worse.
Just wait till next month when it's number 1.
Minecraft was a great purchase for Microsoft. It was. And it will continue to be.
I tell you what, it was, but in my personal opinion, they're doing a piss poor job of getting it known even more with the Xbox brand and actually leveraging the platform to elevate it.
Vern, tell him how wrong he is. Tell him. Microsoft needs to keep their mouth shut, let Minecraft do its fucking thing, because it's just demolishing anything in front of it, and they just let it do its thing. Just let it fucking sell 1 billion copies. Let it take over all these fucking...
And then next gen...
Yeah.
Just release it on the next
Minecraft
Xbox
2.
and not on a Sony
You
console.
guys are still playing this game. What? It's just something that they just keep adding stuff to it that just keeps you drawn in.
Is a mindless game that you can do whatever the fuck you want in. And
wouldn't you guys want the same thing with good graphics? I mean, I'm serious.
Well, that's part of the charm.
It's harder. Well, no, it's harder to conceptualize building things when you start getting too complex. I think that's one of the bigger issues with Project Spark. Personally, Minecraft keeps it down to just blocks. It's a lot more.
No, but
it's a lot easier to think this is how I need to build this.
They have high-res texture packs for PC. Most PC gamers use them. It makes the game a lot better looking. Still blocks, but it's the high-res texture packs would be nice on console. But that would be next gen. That wouldn't be this gen. Because the high-res texture packs take a lot of RAM to run.
What's the next step for Minecraft? Because obviously, are we just going to keep on getting
servers
on console?
Like persistent servers, yeah.
No, persistent worlds. Persistent worlds would be interesting for Minecraft. Like as a whole game, like to move to a persistent world and not to be separate servers, just one giant Minecraft thing.
Always on world?
Yes.
Where you have your own space, and you can lease that space to someone else to build in it when you're not there. You know what I mean? Like, not lease, but let them play in it.
What do you guys think the next step is? So that's the next step?
Yes.
How long is that off?
A couple of years.
Is that going to be an Azure type thing where
I would assume so.
It would be smart if they do that, and then
it would be Azure, and then they would say, "Oh, well, we can do Azure on PS4," but then Sony would say, "No, we don't want to use your servers," and then they don't have it.
Sony are not going to turn around and say no. Microsoft,
yes, they would.
No way.
Yes, they would.
Excellent point.
No way. Sony Minecraft is the sort of thing that if they turn around and say we want to put Shuhei Yoshida on stage, we want to bend him over and insert something.
Listen,
sorry for the very graphic image. Sony will turn around and say, you know what? Fine.
Right now, it doesn't say Microsoft when you start up the PS4 version of Minecraft, right? It just shows.
I bet you could.
No,
right?
it does.
They would never be allowed to do it.
I believe it actually does now.
Now, powered by the Microsoft Cloud would have to be on there if they're using the Azure servers.
I just want to point it out there. There are already games on PS4 that actually do start up with the Microsoft DRM logo. I forgot. Minecraft's one, and the other is... They were talking about it on Giant Bomb. There's another game that actually does show the Microsoft DRM screen at the beginning of the game on a PS4 game.
Do you think Sony would be okay with powered by Microsoft Cloud popping up all over that game?
If it meant
If it's Minecraft, yes,
Get
because
Minecraft,
Minecraft is a
yes.
fucking juggernaut, and they'd be making 5% or 10% off their store off every Minecraft purchase. Why the fuck wouldn't you want it?
What?
30.
Now, okay, with dedicated servers, what could you get better than what you have now? Because the game I don't I it's
It would-
a-
okay.
Okay.
but right now, Dustin has to start up his own world and then invite me to it to build in it. Okay.
Yep. And it's limited to 8 people.
Now
just
let's
by the
say,
way.
and it's limited to 8 people. Let's say we kick that up to 24 people, and Dustin doesn't have to be in the game. In
to have
own
his world there.
Right, it's just there, and anyone who he sets, say, can join his world at any time when he's not there, can just go in and build.
Or
So
like
you
with
can
Azure-
have a group of
With
people
Azure,
you
I
can
could
have a
say
world.
share a world together. Exactly.
I could say
Okay,
I
that's
trust
awesome. That seems like the next logical step.
I could
Is-
trust
is-
like 12 people to actually build in my world, and then they could allow unlimited people to come visit and just look around.
Right.
Is there anything that cloud compute can help this game?
Well, that is
Yeah, that's what it would
essentially
be.
Pretty much
it'd be
cloud
part-
compute?
yeah.
It would be tossing
Okay,
people in.
so basically you're going to make a complete world with 24 people. I like that, but let's just say it's 16 or 20. You think
Right.
24 is really? Let's just say it's
8,
Look,
16,
wait
whatever.
a second.
Okay,
Look,
what is
Tim,
it now?
Tim, I
8?
want you to realize this. On PC, people have dedicated servers with 1,000 people in Minecraft already. Like that's already happening
Right.
on PC.
So basically, you want to bring that
Now
to
console.
Xbox.
Now put Crackdown explosions in there. How much fun would that be, Dustin?
Well, it's on PC. You can already do that. People already. You just
Yeah.
have to have huge servers
Oh.
for the capacity, but you can do it.
How are they? What are they doing? They're actually hosting the servers.
People buy dedicated servers specifically just to play Minecraft on.
Okay,
Yes.
so but now if you bring that to the console world, you're going to
Or
have a lot of
Azure's
people that
just
are going to
spinning
it's going to make the game bigger, correct?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I would like to see Minecraft 2.0. I really want to see it as.
All right, let's just say
we all
that that's
just get
what it
dropped in a
is. It's
persistent
what we
world.
just discussed. Okay? What happens now? Is it on Azure? Or how could
Yes.
Sony
It would be on Azure, yeah.
do you think Sony you guys think Sony Vern says it's a no. They won't go.
I don't think they'd go for it because of what we've seen with EA Access. I don't think they'd go for it
I think
Yeah,
it's too big of a pie.
But I think
to skip.
EASS is a very different proposition
because
to
it's a
Minecraft.
competitor to PS Plus.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that that's sort
Could
of an optional.
Microsoft make that an exclusive thing if they say no?
Absolutely, they can make an exclusive thing without them saying that. They could just say no, we're not bringing
No.
it out to PS
Yeah,
Plus.
completely.
We don't exactly know what the contracts say.
No, Microsoft owns
We,
Well,
don't,
Mojang,
oh,
and
we don't know that there is anything in there that basically talks about feature parity or something.
No,
Because
but
that Sony
Microsoft
deal would have been
owns
in
that at this
for
point.
multiple years, well before Microsoft bought them. And Microsoft probably can't really just yank on an agreement.
on the original Minecraft,
I
yeah, they
doubt
couldn't just yank it off the store.
Minecraft 2 probably isn't in that agreement, though.
Would that be the first
Why
of
would
its
you
kind?
see Minecraft? You wouldn't risk splitting the user base. At best, you would do a base upgrade like
Yeah.
Destiny 2.0, but it was
No.
exactly the same thing.
I think in about 2 or
Wouldn't be
3
something
years, you
different.
can totally
You'd
do
charge
a
them different.
reboot. You could do
Well, they-
not a reboot, but
I think they.
This is the way you get around with it. Anyone who owns Minecraft gets Minecraft 2 for free. But Minecraft 2 isn't enough PS4.
yeah.
Is there
In-
going to be a Minecraft 2? Will there be a Minecraft 2?
Oh, definitely.
Probably
They're
not.
already at 1.8 whatever. They're working their way up to a 2.0.
It won't
What?
be called Minecraft 2, though.
Well,
It'll be Minecraft
Right.
and then version 2.0.
Do you guys really believe that this is going to happen?
Yes.
Well, I think it's something that they should do because it makes complete sense.
But I don't like when you know why Sony would say yes? Because if Microsoft really wanted to put it on a Sony platform for whatever reason, all Microsoft would have to do is bring out the NPD charts for the last at this point, for the last 5 fucking years and go, this has been in the top 10 for the last 5 years or whatever. Do you want it on your platform?
Do you want to cut?
Do you want to cut? You want that 20%? And they're going to
See,
be like,
that's the problem.
fucking A, high five. And they're not going to give two shits because that's a game that does not stop selling. It just goes on and on and on. It's number 2 this month. And this is 3 years in. it's just going to keep going. Why would you say no? Why? What's the point? Yeah, you know what? You want to fucking put the Microsoft logo up? Go. I don't care. As long as we get it on our platform. Because you know what? That's one less exclusive that Xbox has also. So why the fuck would you say no? You just wouldn't.
I hope it happens.
My personal opinion is that I'm not saying they can't be on PlayStation, but I think that you look at the situation the Xbox One's in, and the fact they're trying to help it out.
Releasing
Dedicated
Minecraft
servers
on
come to
PlayStation.
consoles. Servers come to consoles. Xbox only.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
no,
think
I'm
is gonna
totally
And
with
that's
it. Yeah.
well, I don't think they're going to do it. I think that there's going to be feature parity.
I don't.
I don't, because you're already not seeing feature
But
parity
I think
with
and
skins
Telltale
and stuff.
story mode.
Well, what do you mean you're not seeing future parity right now?
You're seeing skins
Parity. It's
release
pretty-
on Xbox before PlayStation, and I think that's going to get worse and worse until that PlayStation just stops getting like all the other.
So they stop winning MPDs?
No,
But
it stops.
I think
The
that
cherry
the
on
process
top
that they've
is
got on
gone.
Xbox is probably just much better than on PlayStation. Separate certification, all this other nonsense.
Oh,
I think
could be that.
it's always been much easier. I think for them to just turn around and say we'd do this.
It's
No, you
just
could
so
totally be
crazy
right.
how that game is. I mean, if you would have told me that it'd be in MPDs for the last, it's 5 years now.
It's been a while.
How
True.
long has it been? And
Like,
there's no signs of this slowing
Well, whenever
down.
the 360 version came out was when it
All
started
right,
showing
just
up
to,
in MPD.
just to throw it out there, because Sunderland says, "Who the hell doesn't own Minecraft already?" Minecraft on Windows PC just launched in China, and it is the number 2 fastest selling game on their store.
Wow.
Minecraft has a giant, huge audience it has never touched. That hasn't. Well, I should say that hasn't had a pirated version of it. Like, it's the most pirated game in China is Minecraft, and it's going to continue to be.
It came out in 2012, May 2012. So it's been an MPD over 3 years now.
That's
Was that the
crazy.
disc for the 360?
Oh, that's right. That
Because that
I
was
don't know.
like a year
Retail
later.
disc was June 4th. So yeah, definitely still over 3 years.
Oh, okay.
That's
It's-
pretty
Oh wait, no,
impressive.
June 4th, 2013. Sorry, June 4th,
So it's been,
2013.
okay, so it's been 2 years
Yeah,
retail, but
it's been 2 years and a few months.
Yes, Sunderland, they are releasing exclusively only on the Xbox One for Minecraft in China. It will not be on PlayStation.
Yes.
It will not be anywhere
is correct.
else. Which to me tells us that
So
that contract
is-
maybe not.
Is that a
as-
sign of things to come?
Yeah.
You know.
But
What
Uh,
about in regards to Minecraft? What about it going to Nintendo? Why
never.
not? Right?
I think it's
I don't think it's going to happen.
Is it,
I
is
think
it in the
it's-
works for
I
Wii
think
U?
it's okay. I think it might end up on
It'll hit NX.
which. Okay, yeah, no.
You really think
I think
it'll come to
perhaps
NX?
it depends what the NX is, because if the NX is like some abomination that's like not really a full power video games console, then it'd probably be no different to having it on mobile.
Yeah.
But if it's like a competitor and stuff or something, then leave it on PlayStation. Screw Nintendo.
I say just buy Nintendo. No? Yeah.
They wouldn't be allowed.
We're still
Why?
on. We're
No,
still
no.
live
Wait
right
a second.
now, right?
Why wouldn't they be?
We are.
Yeah. Why
Still
wouldn't they?
recording.
Why wouldn't they be allowed to buy Nintendo? Nintendo and Microsoft aren't the big companies in the video game industry. Sony is. Nintendo has done extremely poorly. They've lost a ton of their value. Microsoft could easily purchase them, and I don't think they would have any problems with the U.S. government if they purchased them.
I don't think that their shareholders would sell to an American company.
I don't
I think
think
that
they
they would
would
just-
refuse that kind
I
of
think
money.
it just wouldn't happen.
You're talking about a company that has over $100 billion in offshore money. I think they could pay a
They would
premium.
not. I agree with
Also, let's ignore if
those
they
deals
could
just
do it,
don't
it would-
happen.
It would
Let's
be
be
a
honest.
horrendous investment for Microsoft anyway.
No, it would. I don't think it's a good investment. Period. But I would still like to see Nintendo get bought by Microsoft. I don't think their studios hold up as much as people like to hold them up. But I'd like to see Microsoft buy them to own the IPs, and that way we can get a real rare collection, right, Vern? Right? High five. No, Donkey Kong
I
Country.
know that'd be nice to get the Nintendo's
They
Nintendo
buy
ones, too.
Nintendo and come out with the expansion to Rare Replay.
With all the Donkey Kong stuff. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
wonderful. And maybe somehow get GoldenEye.
Well, if they bought Nintendo, they'd own
Well,
GoldenEye.
the limiting factor in that GoldenEye deal
Was
was
Nintendo.
because Activision turned around and said, "Yeah, you can do what you want as long as we get like a." Well, they got like a cut of sales, didn't they? But Activision were fine, but said that you had to go and ask Nintendo. Nintendo initially agreed, which is why they made the bloody thing. And then near the end, they're like, "Actually, we're going to change our minds."
Yeah. The birth of Perfect Dark. No, I'm just kidding. Let's end the show here, guys. We've been rambling. Talk about Minecraft. Minecraft is great. Minecraft is love. Minecraft is life.
And now it's time for some Forza.
Yes.
No, it's time.
Oh, you got now. Quick question: can I just upgrade?
Did you already pre-order?
Yeah.
You would have to call Microsoft support.
Oh my god.
Cancel your pre-order and repurchase the Ultimate.
Tim, just
I
go
know
on
that they
live
have
chat.
an on a lock code.
Go on live chat and get them to do it there.
Yeah.
Because when I cancelled my
That's right, live chat.
thing, they didn't even ask me why I wanted to cancel it. They just turned around and said, "Are you sure you want to cancel it?" I said, "Yep." And then he came back to me about 2 or 3 minutes later and said, "Right, check your account. You should have been reimbursed."
Yeah, that's a good
It's
idea.
fucking-
Just go on live
excuse
chat
my
and do it.
language, but
No, do it.
No,
Just do it
no.
on live chat.
Look,
You can do it.
they don't
What
mind.
do I
Like,
call?
especially
1-800 for my Xbox?
you can do
No,
that
no,
if you want to
live
call.
chat.
But just go into the chat box and do it.
It's faster if you do live chat than
But
wait
yeah,
on the phone.
you can just tell them, "Hey, I wanted to. I decided that I wanted to get the Ultimate, and I pre-ordered this one. Could you please help me pre-order the next one?" They'll reimburse your money. You'll buy the Ultimate. You'll be good to go. Just, and I don't
What
think
is the
they'll
live chat? How do I get to it?
I'll
go to
send you a link later
Xbox.com
at the
and
show.
we'll tell you after the show. But let's
And what is
actually,
the ultimate? Is it 99 or 79?
It's 99.
It's 99, right?
Yes, it's $100. But
That's a lot.
let's end the show here. Thank you, Tim, for extending the show.
That was fun.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please write us at email@xboxuncut.com. Follow, subscribe. Thank you so much for, I'm blanking on the guy's name. Flopside sponsorship or whatever for bringing those 500 people into the video stream. That was pretty funny. And
Yeah.
we will catch everybody later in the week. Or, well, next week. Peace out, everybody.